everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Oh no, don't get up. Don't get up. I was going to show your big reveal. Are you going to follow her out of here? Oh. Yeah, well, I'll save the big reveal for later then. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope your weekend is going beautifully so far. Like the clips. Oh, thank you. I got some hardware to tack down my hair to emphasize my sick mullet. It looks so nice. Why, thank you. It's still drying. It's wet right now. I shouldn't touch it. Time for 9 more attempts at Kodo. Good luck. Don't mind, don't mind anything, but my transmog's a bit not quite reflecting properly. I don't think that's what it was. I have a plan for today. Or at least I have a plan for how to start my day, because last week I had every intention of doing the fishing derby, the Hallowfall fishing derby in the War Within. You can only do it on Saturdays, so it's not like I could just do it a different day. And I just got to starting it so late that I just ran out of time, and I don't want to do it unless I have like an uninterrupted hour to fish to make sure I can get, well, A, the derby quest done, but then secondly, I want to make sure I can get as many of the bonus derby marks as possible. So I want to just basically do all that from the jump today. I want to start there. Well, I'm not quite. I'm going to check on my patron orders, but this Kira being friends-ish, tolerating each other content on IG has been great. Every time they do something even slightly cute together, I like cry. He just follows her around all day. Anywhere that she is, he is 4 feet away just standing there going, hey, you doing okay? Like, he's obsessed and she hates him and it's so funny. But they managed, they're doing very well. She doesn't always hiss at him. Sometimes she just kind of gives him a look, or aims a look in his general direction, I guess. It's the derby, I almost forgot. Hallowfall fishing might be bugged, only giving 3 marks. Oh dear, that's no good. This is concerning. Oh, new work orders. 7 of them. Alright, we need to do these. There's alchemy knowledge, very important. Also some good acuity for a 2-star ingenuity, that's good. Let's get these on the road. I have some stuff here, so we can really just do, if I buy 5 silver lure drops and a ley line residue, I can probably get that one going. Have a little coffee. Actual coffee, not in-game coffee. I was about to search for coffee on the auction house, and that is not how that works. Have you tanked any mythic dungeons in the War Within? No, never. I don't even think I've DPS'd any. I've healed some, and that's been it. I wanted ley line residue. And I'm pretty sure I wanted 5 silver lure drop, and I'm gonna stake however much gold it's gonna take for that. 400 gold on it. Harrison, thank you for the 37-month resub. Cozy Saturday Hazel stream. Wow. I hope it's cozy for you guys too. I'm planning to be very comfy and take it very easy today because I'm probably gonna do off-stream keys later. So I don't want to wear myself out too early. I want to chill. Let's see. Isn't my outfit cute? I was putting together a new transmog to use for maybe a stream intro. It's not done yet, but the thought has been had. Am I happy with that? Yeah, I don't even need to concentrate. That's great. Plus 30 acuity is always super nice to get. Let's do this one. Silver tempered swiftness. Also a first time craft. I guess I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna need to get all of these things. It looks like if I just pick up the lotus and the residue will be okay. What's your item level up to? Better than 528. I'm not wearing my staff. That's what happened. I took it off for visual purposes. 604 looks like my final answer. I wanted a no lotus and 2 ley line residue. I think that was right. True. Seems reasonable. One of these. Ley line residue. 2 of these. Spent 2 hours at the gym and then went plant shopping, ready for a cozy break. You are starting your weekend off strong. Holy moly. Literally strong, pun intended. Does it seem feasible to grind for WoW tokens? Want to play? Want to save for food and rent? I'm a student. So it is. The question is, how much time is it going to take you? And as a student, do you have that time? Basically, is the thing. You don't want to end up feeling like you're working a second job playing WoW just so you can continue to play WoW. It's like I get it, and it is possible, and maybe you're awesome at gold making, it won't take you that much time at all. WoW tokens are actually pretty cheap right now, relatively speaking. 190k, at least for North America, per token. So not crazy, but it's kind of a personal assessment. What are we doing here? We were gonna make the this one. Alright. Oh. And I'm gonna get a first craft piece of knowledge. Wow. Okay. I'm trying to fill out this one, and then I'll go back to getting points into the herb specializations. I've been doing barely anything profitable with alchemy. I'm just kind of leveling it and keeping it as upgraded as possible to have, in the hopes that I get better at it later or get more invested in it later. I think I could be making more gold with it if I really had the mojo. I'm just kind of lacking in... I have a moderate amount of mojo. We're looking silver cave dwellers. And I'm just gonna do a little concentration to catch that up. Dungeons are on my gaming list for today after I spend even more time outside. So nice here, I can't even... Nice. Yeah, I like to soak it up before the weather turns. It was 10 degrees this morning. I went outside in a sweater, covered with a hoodie, covered with a coat. Didn't tell you about my new tune that I rolled. I made a Dark Iron Mage Engineer so he can whip around the planet at the drop of a hat. It's really neat. Currently trying to level him to 80s, my second max tune. Nice. Med school. Best way to make gold, just go wide, get a lot of alt set up to earn gold with concentration. That's probably a very smart move. That sounds like a smart move. I get the reason I don't set up more alts with professions is because the startup costs spook me because of my unwillingness to do any math and figure out how long it would take to pay off that initial investment. So I end up with like a bunch of professions that aren't really in any particularly good shape. Hey cat, you wanna come up here? Careful, there's a cable that you might trip on there. Watch your... yeah, there you go. Maybe if you step over here first. 10 Celsius chilly sounds about normal. Yeah, it's perfectly seasonal for fall. I miss winter. Hi! Hello, honey bear. Hi, sugar bean. Oh. She's been following me around too. It's funny, she follows me and then Moose follows her. Last night decided I wanted a challenge, so load an 11 Delve Deathless, got the Immortal Delver title. Oh, that's sick. As a Guardian Druid? That's cool. 16 Celsius this morning when I started cycling, now 22. Oh, paradise. There, cool. Wish it was cooling down. Midwest, still 33 Celsius, which is crazy for September here. Yeah, that's toasting. I would take my weather over that. What was I doing? I was continuing to put points into bulk production over here, because eventually it'll pay off. Happy about that. And then I was just making sure any other crafting orders that I want to do. For 10 acuity, these gold flasks are a bit expensive to get rolling. You need pretty good stuff for them. And I can only get 1400 back on this, so yeah. How much acuity do I have? 265? I think at 300 I can make another piece. Maybe I should check on that and see if it's at 300 or if it's at 150. I might be able to make something else. I've been working on getting my enchanting, specifically my enchanting gear done. So I have a blue hat. I have the epic nullstone rod. So I guess one thing I can do here. But I do need to start fishing before long because I need to leave myself an uninterrupted hour for fishing.
My directive is to
Enchanter's Crystal. Looks like, yeah, we're gonna need 300 acuity. So if I can get another 35 acuity, I can get somebody to make me one of these. And that will be an extra 6 enchanting skill overall on everything, which would be super nice. You should not need to dig around to get a connecting quest to send you underground. It's weird that you've run out of them. That is very strange. Really hot. Husky doggy can't go on walks during the day, which is sad.
return.
Babies. Fluffy babies. Okay. 35 acuity is starting to make those 10 acuity work orders look a little better. Let's check the alchemy work orders. I did my treatises already. That one's good. Or not alchemy, enchanting work orders. Maybe a couple of new ones? Yeah, so we can do 2 glamours. That's for 20 each. I cannot, unfortunately, make the wand. I don't have the recipe. Do I have the recipe? I do have the recipe. I can totally make the wand. I can make the wand right now. Why did I think I didn't have that recipe? I do. I think I was mixing it up with a rod. I think we're confusing objects of the same shape. There we go. Nice. And then if I want to do these 2, I'll need 2 ley line residue and 2 viridescent spores, and we'll be all set. Oh. And then we can, yeah, I'll put up that work order for the crystal. That'll be nice. I do still need more profession knowledge off of the vendor, but right now, like in exchange for acuity, but right now... Ley line crystals and what now? Viridescent spores? What do I need? Viridescent spores, yeah. I feel like getting the extra skill that applies to all crafts is more valuable to me than the knowledge points, just given that the knowledge points, I'm at a point now that it's kind of specialized, although I do need to eventually start putting some points into supplemental shattering. So we'll make 2 of these. But yeah, I'm going to get all blue enchanting gear, and then I have to decide if I want to finish, maybe I'll finish buying the, for heaven's sake. This achievement keeps popping up, it's not true. Decide whether or not I want to buy the all blue alchemy gear or whether I want to keep buying. I need 3 more items off of the 3 more items worth of knowledge off of the acuity vendor. They're pretty expensive. Takes a while to do. But I feel like I've done a decent job of keeping up with acuity. It's not perfect. I need more silver dust, eh? It's not perfect, but anytime that it's been even remotely affordable to fill orders, I've been keeping up with them. I like checking them at the beginning of every day and doing that. All blue, the One Piece is real. You cannot use mats out of the Warband Bank. And a great disappointment to us all it is. Crafting spells. Yeah, you can craft. I think you can personal craft, but you can't work order craft. But I don't know. I don't keep more mats in the Warband Bank. I thought I was gonna be all on top of making things across multiple characters, and it turns out I'm not. I'm making things on just the one character. Lovely. Weak ore for guild achievement filtering, I recently learned. But then I woun't get to complain about it. I would lose my perfectly good reason to grump. This achievement again. Mage Belt, thank you for the 47-month resub. Thank you for all you do in guides. Much love to you, Kira, and Booth. Thank you. I'm glad she's on my lap. Baby girl. Sweetest cat in the whole world. Anyone else tired of their guild being awarded the diplomacy achievement? Okay, so now let's see what we want to spend to get that, enchanting focus online. How much? What is it worth? What I've been doing for these is I'm too shy to find someone who can make it good. And I don't even know how many people have, like, put points into making the profession gear. So what I do is I just buy the best quality stuff I can, and then put up a public order and hope for the best. And then I figure I can always get it recrafted later. But no matter what quality level it's crafted at, it's still going to have better stats and more base skill than the green one. The base skill is flat. The base skill does not change with quality levels. So we need 3 inverted prisms. I could easily spend 15k. And I will, because it's going to be about 15k anyways. I'm getting the gold ones, and then these crushed gemstones. We could spend 1,000 gold doing it at silver rank, or we could spend, it's only 5k. That's fine, we can do that. May as well give it the best shot we can, huh? Enchanter's Crystal, best quality mats. Thank you so much. Gratitude in advance. And let's call it like 5k gold. Hope for the best. Every time I max her up, it happens, even when it's a new tune, just with my own guild. Oh, coffee. Happy with coffee. I hope Lucy comes back. I want to show you guys my project. Okay, it's not really much of a project, but I did a thing. I never do anything. Anything. Oh, I could get 1,000 gold for the Pentacle reviews. I just sell these things. I just want the gold back on them, usually. There's probably a way to quantify your concentration in terms of its gold value, and therefore quantify skill on a thing in terms of its gold value, and therefore be able to tell whether or not it's actually worth it for you to sell those, or if it would save you more in concentration. But that's just math that I don't want to do. Sounds like trying to remember 2 phone numbers at once. Alright, so I have a couple bloody perch. I should hang on to those. Because those might help me if the dogfish is required for this particular fishing derby. Let's go down and see what the fishing derby is actually going to entail. We shall do it as Shadow Speck. We shall put on our fishing hat. It shall be good. Did you do something to his collar? No. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Alright, Hallowfall. I'm so tempted to do this. I mean, I have 2 days to do it. World Quest's just looking at me, you know? They're just watching. Hi, buddy. You want to come hang out in here? You don't have to, you know. Don't let me tell you what to do. Bribery. Alright. Alright. Uh-oh. Oh no! That's not the angle! It fell over! Hang on. I have a cat on my lap, too. Help. Help. How's that? A little crooked. A little crooked. Sorry, kitty cat. A little better? Yeah, there we go. Puppy, he's getting a dentist-ic. Didn't realize you streamed. Wanted to say thank you for your video guides on raids. Thank you for watching them. How big is that bed? It's moose-sized. It's big enough that when Kitty Cat sits in it, as she tends to do, she can like wedge herself in one of the corners behind the bolster. Yeah, he's got big floppy ears. They're he's tired right now, so they're like pretty folded over. He can hold them up a bit higher. It is not 3 meters long. I just wanted to show my puppy more because he's so cute. I'm in love. Baby boy. He's just making such a mess. It's fine. I need to vacuum the bed anyways. It's not like on top of the litter box, but it's close enough to the litter box that sometimes when Cat wants to sleep in it. Also, I guess I could if I wanted to, as long as he's there anyway. We could just like grab a little one of these guys. Where do we want to stick it? Like in the corner? Over here? I don't know how large a pet cam is, but I can always just like turn it off. I don't have a keybind for it right now, but we can disable that if he's done. His ears are energy indicators. They really are. That's his power bar. That's his battery. Oh well, there he goes. Never mind. If I notice that he's back there, I'll turn it back on. What? What is it, baby? That there moose looks suspiciously like a dog. I was going to Hallowfall. You know what the best way for me to get to Hallowfall is? Is to take a flight path. Because you know what? I did that achievement that makes your flight paths faster. The one where you get all the flight paths. And this way I can pet my cat and drink my coffee. Let's go to Merildar. How do you cat-proof your home? Getting a cat. Worried about plants, electronics, furniture. So, every cat is different. It's a good idea to, with your plant specifically, do an inventory, figure out what they are, first of all, if you don't know, and then find out whether or not they are pet safe. And if they're not pet safe, you don't have to get rid of them, but you do need to make sure they're out of reach. And for a lot of cats, that might mean, like, at a friend's house. depending on where your cat likes to get out to. I've always been able to have those ones in the windowsills, but some cats really will get into stuff, and there's quite a few common houseplants that are pretty toxic for pets. So do your plant inventory and figure out what is going to kill them if they get into it. And then as far as furniture, you're not necessarily going to keep everything in pristine condition. I'm sure some people can do that. I've never met them. The best thing you can do is have scratching posts and things that the cat likes. And there's different types and different cats like different ones. But I was able to train Kira to not scratch my furniture by every time she started, I would move her to her scratching post and be like, no, you scratch this. And I would have them nearby as well. So I'd have one right behind the couch. I'd have one in the bedroom by the bed where she liked to scratch. And I would just move her every single time. You do it like 150 times. And she was good and she managed to figure it out. Some cats never will. And at that point, you're just kind of, you could put things over top of it. I have a slip cover on my couch. There's like scratching mats you can tack on top of things. But generally, if you are going to have any kind of a pet, it's a good idea to just let go of your expectation that there will be no damage, because there might be damage. I don't know what to do about electronics. Kitty hasn't really been much of a cord biter. Moose was a cord biter for a little bit, but we mainly just tried to, like, redirect him. It's a lot of redirecting. Figuring out why they're engaging with the thing you don't want them to engage with, and then giving them an appropriate outlet for that energy. Because if you just say no like 150 times, eventually they're like, well, what? Why not? I want to do the thing. So it helps to have another option that gives the instinct an outlet. My condos have a new pair of security guards. Pair of Shih Tzus who sit in a window over where my car is parked and sun themselves. Aww. That's very sweet. Also, Moose, he's decided that he's going to lay right here. This is the trouble with a pet cam, is it only really works if he's in the bed.
The orphans of Merodar have been asking to play with you again.
Flight path didn't actually take that long.
I think they'd appreciate it if you visited them.
Let's go take a look at this quest. I'm also going to pop on my fishing hat. And I'm going to change my mog. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Actually. Hey. Speaking of, what are you chewing on? You chewing on my chair? You've got your dog one in here somewhere. It's right there. You chew on this one. Okay, let's go see. It's purple out here. I love this zone, and I spend the least time out here. I was talking about it yesterday. I think it's really just because it's not adjacent to the top zone. From the top zone, where my Hearthstone is set, I can take the elevator to port down to the Ringing Deeps. I can take the portal to port down to Ashgahet. But for either of those, like if I want to get to Hallowfall, I need to go through one of those two things. I can't just port directly there. Alright, so first of all, I have 122 Merodar Derby marks, and I'm saving. I believe I'm saving up because I want to buy this, I think. I don't need this, at least not right away. I have the Stinkrot Smasher, so that's not a novel transmog for me. I also have a transmog that's a lot like this. I don't know if I bought the Trading Post one or what, but I have something. The bag's fine. The bags are okay. They're not crazy. The binoculars are probably the next coolest thing. I have the recipe for the Ghoulfish Delight. These things are more, they're not as important. And then this is a pitchfork. It's fine. I'm not against the pitchfork, but I think I am saving up for the full diving set. So we want to make sure we're doing our derby every week so that we can get our 25. It does say only 3. Hopefully that's just a display error. I'm going to take the risk and do it anyway because this is kind of the only window in my day to do it. Alright, so they want me to get a crystalline sturgeon, a spectacular rainbow fish, and a sanguine dogfish. I can, to make the dogfish easy, just stock up on perch. I already have 3. If we get another 7, we should be able to, assuming we don't accidentally move and destroy our debuff, we should be just fine there. Bring it to me. Good thing you're not against the pitchfork, or they might get their pitchfork out. It is the hour of Belladar. Do you still do Wordle? Not completely every day, but every day that I can wrangle it, my partner and I sit together and we do Wordle and Connections and Spelling Bee and the Mini. We do 4 of the New York Times word games. And I love it very much until I don't know what the answer is, and then I get grumpy. but we do it every day. I just like feeling smart. I just like getting the answers. I don't like not knowing the answers. I'm going to pull up the Wowhead guide on this just to remind me which pools the other ones come from. I should have memorized it by now, but what are you gonna do? Hallowfall Fishing Derby Wowhead. I have searched this before. Good way to start the day. Grumpy. It's usually the window for word games is when I'm already parked on the couch and like kind of melded into it and I don't want to get up yet. Like we've had lunch and it's time for me to get up and move on with my day and I don't want to. And then I go, word games? Yes. All right. This is what we're looking for here. So, dogfish I know about.
You carry your torch, you light the city.
Crystalline sturgeon and spectacular, or pardon me, specular rainbow fish, not spectacular. So, glimmer pools and then bloody perch. That's super, super easy. Glimmer pools are in the top two zones. I'm probably just going to hearth up to the top and then do it that way. Seems reasonable. Or maybe I'll fly up to the ringing deeps. Because blood in the water, all zones. Yeah, let's ringing deeps it up. We should be able to get there. So glimmer pools and the ringing deeps. We've got our hour-long buff. And we can also try to catch a variety of other fish. No harm in that. Will give us bonus derby marks, but I do like to try to get the quest ones caught fairly early. And then we'll see if this is an actual mistake or what. Because 3 derby marks is not worth. It's so bizarre to me that things that like fully worked and functioned for like a month into the expansion can just randomly break at this point. You know, like the whole thing is just a big house of cards. It was my wake my brain up activity in the morning, been replaced by chill stuff and WoW for the time being. Got most of my crystalline sturgeon from dirt. Still liking dialogue UI? Yeah, I think so. I don't think I've felt the urge to kill it yet. In uninstalling it. Not me being defeated by my lack of finding out where the road is. It's right here. There's the ringing deeps. Penelope, thank you very much for the gifts. I also have yet to add it to my add-on spreadsheet, but that's more of a lack of streamerly rigor than anything. Alright, we need fishing pools, so we should probably find some water would be a good start.
Need you to mount a defense.
Causing some interface conflict. To its credit, happens more rarely than with some add-ons. No. World Quest List is my worst offender for that. Not that it happens that often, but that I like World Quest List enough that I don't turn it off. Like I'm willing to stick with it, even in the face of the interface conflicts. It's not a lot of work. I just haven't done it. Any fishies? Am I tracking fishies? Should be tracking fishies. Find fish. Yeah, I'm tracking fishies. Where are they? I'm not going to get distracted by rares. It is not rare time, it is fish time. That is a glimmer pool. We need those. Very good. I love World Quest. Rare scanner and extended transmog sets are my worst offenders. Thank you for turning me on to extended transmog sets. Me? I don't know if I've ever used it. I've used better wardrobe and transmog. Have you tried Angrier World Quest? Integrates with the game map instead of being outside of it. I have not. Is it good? Does it do the same thing more or less as World Quest List? Also, 1 fish down. I've been actually flying around looking for rares this week. Like an extra level of renown every week. Yeah, it seems really good. It seems very strong. For rep. My excuse is that... I don't know what my excuses. I do like killing rares when I come across them, assuming I'm not like in a hurry to get somewhere else. I'm sure I get a chunk of them. I think I'm just, for whatever reason, not like racing through the renown. Maybe I just need to, if I sat down and I like looked through the rewards on the later stages of the renown, I might be more motivated to get there ASAP. But I guess I just have this kind of like faith that I'll get there eventually. It's one of those things that it always seems to just happen without a lot of effort. So, you know, why effort? Like getting rewards? Yeah. I do think it's cool when you have them early, like when you're riding around in the renown mount before most people have it. That's pretty neat. I respect that when I see it. It's just not me for now. That's a nice kitty cat. Yeah, it's gonna be really funny if this derby only gives 3 marks, because if true, I've had more than that just from catching each of these things. I actually caught a lot of unique fish in a row just there. I got a ton of derby marks. Basically one after almost every fish. No, it's just a good variety of fish. I was like trying to make sure that I'm not getting more than 1 mark per fish. I'm not. It just looked like it because I got so many of them. Yeah, fishing's fairly lucrative. It was really strong early. It's still pretty good. Like even the cheap fish are going for like 20, 30 gold each. So you can do fine with it. I wonder if they've picked up now that the raid and the races started. I wonder if there's a greater demand for food now that the season has started that I didn't clock earlier. I haven't really checked food and fish prices recently. I did a lot of my fishing in the first couple of weeks. Where in Hallowfall do you pick up the derby quest? South of Merildar, there's a little river area. Ooh, treasure. Treasure. I don't think I'm gonna get a piece of this. I think it's gonna despawn. I did, and it gives 3! Oh no! Well, what are you gonna do? Oh, I got an angler thread. Oh, because you can do the quest more than once? Well then what's the point of hunting down the quest? If it's only 3 fish, then I may as well just fish for anything. I don't think it can possibly... Did they put in a patch note that they intended that? Because if they didn't say it in words, I don't believe it. It's just too bad. It's too much of a downgrade. Even 25 marks a week was already kind of light, considering how expensive some of the stuff on the vendor was. It was in the patch notes? Alright, I'm looking this up. Let's see. Content update notes. Hot fixes. September 18th, maybe? Control F Derby. Added a visual 1-hour timer to the Hallowfall Fishing Derby quest. You can get marks for every new fish you get with the buff. Well, that was the case already. That's been the case the whole time. Every new fish you get with the buff, you get 1 mark. That's been true. That's not a change. I'm just gonna be really upset if they meant to change it down from 25. It just doesn't sound right. Ooh, treasure. Where is... So that was the September 4th hotfix for the derby. And that was just talking about a visual change for the buff. I want to see it with my own eyes. I don't see it in that patch note. Let me Google Hallowfall Fishing Derby hotfix patch note. Wow. Oh, there it is. Newsblizzard.com hotfixes. Derby. Hallowfall Fishing Derby can be completed on multiple characters, awarding 3 Merildar Derby marks. That's horrendous. Like, I get if they wanted to make it completable on multiple characters, awarding 3 derby marks after the first one. But like, just taking it from 25 down to 3 and then being like, oh, if you want to get the same amount from the quest is meaningless now. You get the same amount anyways, just from fishing up different fish. Yeah, I hope that's what they mean, but it looks like I haven't done the derby this week. And it already shows 3. I really hope they hotfix and fix that, because if that's the new behavior, that is a massive downgrade. And it makes the quest meaningless. There's no point in me going out of my way to catch a sanguine dogfish or a specular rainbow fish, because I'm not going to get any more marks for them. I guess I would get 2, like 1 bonus mark per fish, because you would get 1 for catching each of the fish, and then you would get 1 bonus one for the quest. Wow. So generous. Yeah, 25 at first, 3 of the other would be better. I would be fine with that. Man, I feel worse for missing it last week. I forgot to do the derby last week. I didn't think they were going to smash into smithereens. Oh, dear me. Alright. That's an angler seeker torn. We like those. Well, at least we can fish. That's a drag. It's a bummer. People are not happy about it. You can add me to the list. I'm also not happy about it. Stinky. Well, I'll try and finish the quest anyway. I wonder if it's just an implementation mistake, because you could interpret it as can be completed on multiple characters, awarding 3 derby marks on subsequent characters. I guess it would be kind of an interpretation stretch, but you'd have to do it like what, 7, 8 times on, like you'd have to do the derby on 7 or 8 characters to make up for the amount that you would have had from doing it once. I guess if somebody wants to do the derby like 25 times in a day, then it's better for them, but like, ooh. I did get the derby dash mount. I did. John Bruff, I'm so sorry. Thank you very much for the gift subs. My apologies for ruining your name. I've only had a bunch of characters lying around. I mean, that's not the point though. Just because you have, you know, 30 characters doesn't mean you want to do the fishing derby 25 times in a row. Oh, that's okay. We don't worry about it. We move on. You could fish all day. I could fish all day. That is totally why I play WoW. Well. Alright. I'll let it be known I'm cranky about it. Ooh, I got a transmog though. I didn't have these forceps yet from fishing. I got those from a treasure pool, I think. It sounds fishy. Quite. So we're hoping for the rainbow fish from Glimmer Pools. It would be a rare drop. And then if we find a blood in the water, I'll chuck my perch and I'll try to get a whatchamacallit, a sanguine dogfish for the quest, but the timer's kind of immaterial. Howdy, Hazel. How are you enjoying the new X-Pack so far? Howdy. I like it very much. It's been very good. I've been enjoying doing dungeons and raids and collecting and questing. I have more questing I want to do. I've done 2 of the 4 zones fully. Like, side quest achievements done. Seems to be pretty cleared out. But that means I have the bottom 2 zones still to do. There's tons of rep waiting for me down there. Plus, we have our dialogue UI installed. Can look all nice, read some quest text in a lovely, easy to consume font. Got my lore master a minute ago. Nice. You liked the questing? Had a good time? Lots of bismuth bitterling. Anything aside from questing that I should keep in mind? It does a really good job of showing you the things that are important to do. They've added new quest markers that will differentiate between a quest that unlocks a feature. Those are pink and they're triangles. A quest that is a campaign quest, those have little banner-shaped icons. And then if it's a round-shaped quest icon, like a normal just circle, that's a less important quest. Not unimportant, but like that one's not going to be, generally speaking, keeping you from any major features. So prioritizing campaign quests, which will also be pinned to the top of your log. To heck with it. I'm fighting it. And then also any of those pink purple triangles you see. Wondering about the pink ones. Yeah, those are good to do. They don't usually take very long. And they give you big game features. I think we just won an epic BG at Wintergrasp in record time. I swear it was like 10 minutes max. Nice. Felt better than it has before. Didn't stick with reading them. Did that for the campaign. Few local quests. It's just so much. It's a lot of words. Should we go this way? Okay. The one nice thing about needing... it's not quite the right pool, but I like it when the fish we need for the quest are from the regular pools and not from the fancy ones. You're not, like, bending over backwards trying to find a royal ripple or anything. BTW Quests is the quest add-on that has the flowchart. I have the memory of an apricot. That's BTW Quests. I will say, it pranked me yesterday. I was using it to track down and figure out where my quests were going to start for various side quests in my Sojourner achievement. And for this one specifically, Rampage at the Nibelgaz mine, it has a different quest line embedded in that window. And it absolutely ruined my life for like half an hour. Once I figured out these were not the right quests, I did much better. But it is very good, but evidently not perfect. Kind of excited to get back into the game. Wasn't too big in the story, but it's not going to stop me from playing. The mechanics really did me in. I mean, by most accounts, the story has improved. I haven't followed it too personally myself. I'm more of a systems kind of gamer myself, but I like the systems a lot too. I will say, if you've taken 2 expansions off, the profession system might give you a little bit of whiplash. It is dramatically different. It's only like medium different compared to Dragonflight, but compared to BFA or Shadowlands, night and day. Madness. You know what, Hazel? You can follow the campaign on your first alt. I'm a chronic cutscene skipper. Yep. I didn't used to feel as guilty about it. I don't know what changed, but I sometimes feel like I'm skipping to dessert without eating my vegetables when I'm just hammering like past quests and not reading text and skipping cutscenes, but yeah. Professions are love or hate. Personally, I love them. Yeah, me too. I really like the state that they are in and that they've been for Dragonflight. I think it suits some types of players better than others, but to me at least, it does a good job of suiting more people than just the Ultra Goblins. Ultra Goblins definitely have stuff to do, and they can definitely make gold. But there's more room, especially now with concentration, there's more room to make a bit of gold in kind of the mid-range than there used to be. Is it necessary to fish the bloody perch for the dogfish? You could get lucky and fish up a dogfish without any perch buff. It has happened. You also could buy the perch. The perch are only like 20, 30 gold in the auction house. So you could just buy a stack of 10 and then use those. The thing to be careful of when you're throwing perch in for the fishing buff though is to not move your character's feet even a teeny tiny little bit. Any movement will delete your buff. It's the mechanic for whatever cursed reason. It's only for the bloody perch thing, but yeah, a fast way to get a dogfish is to carry 10 bloody perch, find a blood pool, throw all 10 of them in, don't move, and then fish it up. It should be like almost 100%, if not 100% drop rate. Also, somebody made my enchanter crystal. Wow.
No things come down rivers and skyholes. Too much. Help us out. Point out any good scrap.
River bass, huh? I like how mindless the professions were before, because I could switch on a podcast or something. Don't mind it being more involved now. Once you've kind of got your workflow figured out for professions, so to speak, it can be very put on a podcast and do it mindlessly. Things like scanning for what to make profitably or crafting huge batches of stuff are still things that are nice to multitask with other entertainment. It's just kind of when you're initially getting set up that you want to pay some attention. Someone who likes the story, your launch stream was one of the few I watched because I knew it wouldn't be too spoilery. Not too keen on professions. Yeah, not everybody likes them. For sure. Started today, think it'll be podcast worthy soon enough. Nice. Yeah, I really like the guides on wow-professions.com. Wowhead has some too, and I'm sure those are fine. But the WoW Professions ones are my go-to if I'm looking for something like that. That's an Angler Seeker torrent. Do-do-do-do-do. That's my favorite. Been using it for years. Always up to date. Yeah. I only just rediscovered it. I thought it was one of those things that must be gone or like not kept up to date. And I was so pleased to find it still in good working order. Just looking the same as it always has. I don't know about the tier set upgrading thing. That is a weak aura for professions. I have a link for it here. I like that weak aura a lot because it'll show me my weekly knowledge that I still need, and then the purple ones are one-time knowledge. And if I click on it, it'll actually mark the waypoint of where I can get that one-time knowledge. So if it's a treasure, it will put a waypoint on my map. For a vendor, it will put a waypoint on the vendor. Super, super nice. It does a great job of helping me not forget to finish my knowledge in a week, because otherwise I might not get around to, I don't really need that Angler Seeker torrent. I might not get around to looting enough treasures to get, like, these 2 treasures to drop, but because I know I need them, and I know that that's going to reset with reset on Tuesday, at some point between now and Tuesday, I am hopefully going to remember to go just loot a bunch of dirt piles, like go out and look for them until I get both of those treasures, because I have them tracked there. I used a similar weak aura, although not quite as interactive, but I used a similar weak aura to keep track of profession knowledge in Dragonflight, and it was crucial. Absolutely vital. Weak aura people that make them are wizards. They're absolute magicians. I don't know how they do it, but I'm glad they do. They really are. I'm sure if you wanted to learn how to become a weak aura person, there's probably like, I don't know, YouTube videos you could watch or something, or you could do like a ton of trial and error. But my understanding has always been, or at least my assumption has been, that the weak aura people are also naturally usually like programmers or coders, or like they're people that are really used to building things in software, and they kind of innately understand the logic of it. And if you didn't have that logic to begin with, it's not that you couldn't do it, but you would be starting off on a little bit of a back foot. You can attach that weak aura frame to your character frame, so it's not always showing. Oh. I think mine hides in combat, at least. I don't think it shows when I'm in dungeons or raids, or if it does, it doesn't bother me. Let's go. Let's do laps up top for a little bit. See if we can find anything around the Island Dorn. Deciding if I want to level another tune to 80. So good to see you live. Hope you're doing well. Love from California. Hello, thank you so much. Greetings from the west coast of British Columbia. Find one that's close to what I have, then I make changes. No way I could make any like the prof one. The fact that it, like the waypoint functionality of it, I think is crazy to me. That's the really cool thing. Because it'll show me that's where you would go to buy that waypoint right there, is where you would go to buy that alchemist and enchanter's research. It just costs a bunch of acuity. Usually for weak auras, I will buy a big, I'll do sort of a similar thing. Like I'll buy a big pack of them. Are these just gonna be stargazers? No, ripples. Head empty, no thoughts. Yeah, I'll change the alert sound sometimes, or I'll get a big pack of weak auras and I'll just delete all of the pieces that I don't feel like I need. Sometimes that leaves me with weak auras in weird spots or like anchored to strange things. I used to get the Luxthos weak aura packs and then delete like 8 of the 12 of them. And then I would just have like little blinky alerts in a random pattern on my screen. New best on Kyvesa for liquid. Nice. How far are they? What's the percentage looking like? I haven't needed a good sound alert weak aura in a while. I remember we used to make them meow at us, or like I would have the goat sound sometimes. I mostly used meows because I know that's like a shortcut to getting my brain alert. Glimmer pool? No, I don't need the ripple. I need a glimmer pool.
Pesky gulls have been getting too
I mean, needs a
close
strong
to the
word,
opal
but
crate.
also blood
Thin
would be
out their
good.
numbers and make them think twice about bothering
15
our
and
queen.
drop it. Why did you take enchanting and not tailoring? I considered tailoring. At the end of the day, I didn't want to have an armor crafting profession because I know I am never, ever, ever going to want to work with strangers to like make stuff. I'm not going to be in trade chat. I'm not going to be networking. I'm not really going to be on that much. So I needed a profession where the most of the things that I made, I could just post on the auction house and sell while I'm offline. And enchanting fits that a little bit better. Plus, Inksy's historically been an enchanter. Not for every expansion, but I was traditionally enchanting on my main. And I kind of wanted to get back to that nostalgia feel. See you later, kitty cat. What about a moo sound? Even if you don't want to, you can make stuff without armor crafting with every profession. That is a good point. Yeah, and I guess it would kind of narrow down what you want to spend your, I'm not getting any stargazers. I was hoping to get 1 stargazer for a derby mark from this pool. And I've gotten 3 of the rare blue fish, the spiked sea ravens, in a row. There's a stargazer. That's funny. I love the clown honks for weak auras. It really gets my attention. The clown honk just makes my blood boil. It just sends my blood pressure straight up.
It is our duty to
3 months,
preserve
thank you for
what
the
we can.
34-month resub. Kind of like engineering, hard for me not to take it on every character. What do you like about it? That's cool. Why is that, the clown horn thing? I don't know. It's particularly grating for some reason. I'm sure some people like it. Something of a clown myself. I bet you my meows would drive some people nuts. It just sounds like a cacophony of cats when my whenever I have a bunch of them, but I don't think I really need anything too crazy for this expansion's version of Holy Priest. Like, it's not that I wouldn't ever use any more weak auras. I might. It's just that I don't think I need sound alerts. The sound alerts are really important if there's something that you like must press. You know, like oh, I've already blocked out the name of it. My Shadowlands legendary. Flash concentration. Have you found Swift for the achievement Itsy Bitsy Spider? I haven't done that achievement. It's can't find it. Finding any info in Wowhead's next to impossible. It must be tough. Are there any discords where people share information like that? Genuine question, I don't know. How did you find Healing Mythic Plus dungeon so far? Good so far. I've only done like 1 in voice, and I haven't done anything above a 2 yet. I've not done any keys past a 2. I think today we might climb past a 2 and maybe fill out some more dungeons. I still have not done Necrotic Wake. I still have not done Tyrannus Scythe. And then for key levels, I mean, I've done Dawnbreaker and Siege on 0, and I've done City of Echoes on a 0, but I haven't done them on a key yet, clearly. One thing that I had completely forgotten until Flabby mentioned it is that we don't need to do all of the dungeons on 2 separate weeks anymore to get score for the Mythic Plus achievements, like for the, Come Come on, fish. Stop and kill this Murloc. For Keystone Master and whatnot, we used to want to do every dungeon on like Tyrannical and Fortified, and now that there isn't a Tyrannical and Fortified, doing them on 1 week, on like a roughly 7, will do it. You can get your achievement done very quickly if you are able to push up that high right away. Seen 2 people with a mount already. Yeah, it seems more accessible. And just like less work overall, like just less runs needed. Which I am on board with. No Castlegar Family Battler. Gotten all the Pet Battle achievements, no reward achievement. I know, it's weird, right? I haven't bothered doing them because there's no achievement on it. And it's strange to me that they put the achievements, like the component achievements in the first place if they weren't going to be for anything. We're looking for Glimmer Pools and Blood in the Water is what we're after now. And then maybe we can, if we have extra time, we can do a bit of fishing in the bottom zones and look for like an Ichor and Royal Ripples and stuff. But we should be able to find Glimmer and Blood up here if we're lucky. I still have not found that specular rainbow fish. I watched the Zarya stream. Somehow he already got KSM. I'm jealous. I'm at 500. Me too. Just people doing more keys. Like how they don't switch week to week anymore. Yeah. I mean, did they? Oh, it doesn't matter. Definitely not easier to me to time all 7s and just force to 5s on both weeks. I've heard you can get away with 1 or 2 5s. I haven't tried it. If there's like one dungeon that just feels impossible to get timed on a 7. Find Mythic Plus currently harder. There's so many people returning. Oh, Glimmerpool, Glimmerpool. So many people returning. People not reading the dungeon journal, signing up for way too high keys. I think it's definitely not you. There's people that didn't get the memo about the difficulty squish that expect to be able to do the same keys that they were doing a couple seasons ago, is part of it. And then part of it is that it's a new dungeon pool. Obviously some of the dungeons are returning, but not everybody did them back then when they were current. So there's a lot of people that are just still kind of finding their feet in these dungeons and making mistakes that they maybe won't make in a couple more weeks or months, so to speak. And then some dungeons are like, somebody might think that they know what's going on because it's an old dungeon, but then they get in there and it turns out they changed things. Cough Siege of Borealis. Tried at 5, even though we had the portals and 3 to 5 people couldn't even get past the second boss. I've heard that same story about the second boss of Necrotic Wake from a bunch of people. It's making me kind of terrified. I'm pretty scared of Necrotic Wake. On the bright side, I still need the Necrotic Wake mount, so maybe I'll get lucky and if I do enough of them, it'll happen, perhaps. I did see that I only get 3 derby marks from the quest. I am pretty mad. I'm pretty mad. It doesn't make the derby not worth doing. You can still get a fine amount of marks from doing the derby, although it's a big downgrade from what it was. But you're it just makes the quest like almost meaningless. I'm not going to be that upset if I don't get these 2 fish because I'm going to be missing out on 3 derby marks. Insert additional rant about 3 derby marks. Yeah. I really hope that they change it, or that maybe they originally intended to and they just fix it. That you still get 25 on your first one of the week and then 3 for any subsequent characters. That would be great. Be all about that. Yeah, they posted the change to 3 in hotfixes. I'll link the page that has it. It was the September 19th hotfixes. I feel that there's still a hair's length of room of ambiguity. Hair's width, I guess. Hair length is variable. There's a little bit of room of ambiguity of maybe they didn't intend to make it like that in your first character. But we'll see. Otherwise, I may not be getting as many cosmetics from that vendor as I thought I might. Good day, Hazel. Good day to you. Hard to look at some of these things. There are 50 marks, doing the math of how long that will take with the new setup. Yeah. I want the 500 mark set. That's the main thing I'm looking for. Or the main thing that I want. There's so many surfacing ripples that I feel like I should fish some of them out just to make other things spawn. But I don't know if that's actually a good idea. Oh, Glimmer Pool. I guess the good thing is there's not so many things in the vendor. Although 500 marks. I have 135 marks right now. I'm kicking myself for not doing the derby last week. I completely forgot. I got busy and then I forgot. And I don't know, I feel like it sets you behind a little bit. But yeah, I guess yeah, they are transferable. So if you did want to brute force it, then not even necessarily worrying about doing the derby quest on a bunch of vaults, but just doing the derby in general and fishing up as wide a variety of fish with the buff as you can, and then funneling the marks that way. That's, I mean, maybe that's always been possible, but that sounds more, I don't know about reasonable, but possible. Wish they would rework fishing other than just waiting and clicking. I like that they've added other components to fishing, like using equipment or tossing fish in to get certain buffs. Or in Dragonflight, we had like the Tuskar fishing holes in the nets and everything. I like that there's other mechanics, but I really would be personally disappointed if they changed the core mechanic of fishing. I think that it's fundamental. And I think a lot of people like it just the way it is. I think that adding other stuff on top of it sometimes is fine. Especially for like a specialty fish, but fishing is chill to me because it's extremely mindless. I like that about it. And they've, there's not that many parts of the game that remain that mindless. How's your rep going? I'll show you. 13, 13, 9, and 14 because I never go to Hallowfall. You can tell which zone I just don't get around to doing the world quest or the event in. My goodness. But, yeah, it's coming. 13 of what, 25? Yeah. We'll get there eventually. Stargazers, stargazers. Midnight announcement, dynamic fishing. Yeah. Now, I'm fine with them adding other, like, little events or... Like, I think that Dragonflight was a great example of doing other stuff kind of alongside fishing without disturbing the core of what makes fishing fun. Fishing should give rep here. Haven't done the fishing derby, should I wait? I mean, yes, but you can only do the derby on Saturday. So if they hotfix it after today, it's not gonna, skipping it won't do you any good. You may as well, like, when you're kind of reaching the end of your time to play for the day, you may as well just kind of send it, is my logic, because it's only available on a Saturday anyway. They should add a dragon line break system. It's not real fishing unless I'm getting $10 lures stuck in the trees. You go to cast and you get hung up and you go, "Aw," and then you say all the words that you don't want your mother to hear, and then you you donate your tackle to the trees. If you do all the Hallowfall Radiant Light mess in the north, ton of rep takes a while. Yeah. I really enjoyed it the first time I went to go do it. But then, I'm throwing a few crystalline sturgeon in to give me a perception buff. An extra 45 perception. Because I'm trying to get the specular rainbow fish. It is a mess though. Yeah, there's so much going on in that area. I think a mess is a perfect word for it. It's like a storage unit that's just filled to the absolute top. And there's good stuff in there, but like, you feel like you're just tripping on things trying to get to the bottom of it. Come on, glimmer pools. Yes. I didn't think I was going to use my crystalline sturgeon to this end, but I guess I'm being stubborn. Also, I'm getting them out of it anyway. You get to about 10 if you sojourn in the zone I found. Nice memory of fishing with a weighted fishing bobber for bottom fishing. Threw my hook across the river and it got stuck. Yeah, there we go. There's the specular rainbow fish. Well, I guess that's a good tip. If you're really struggling to catch one of the rare fish from the pools, don't be afraid to chuck a couple of perception fish for a buff. Haven't played WoW in almost 16 months. Think it'll be a tad different. Yeah, we need a blood in the water pool. Let's go fish in, where do we want to fish for blood in the water? All zones. We'll go down to the bottom zones for a bit. We haven't been down there. We've got 20 more minutes, and plus there'll be a wider variety of fish down there. I don't think Europe's far behind. There's no real rush on them. You'll get rep when you get it. Dante, thank you for the 2-month reset. Hi, my wife is getting back into WoW, wants to make some gold. Do you have any beginner tips? So, you can't really go wrong at first with gathering. It's very low risk, it's fun and relaxing, and it can build up the capital while you figure out what else you might like to do. I have a character that I just go herbing and mining on, and then I sell everything, and that's quite good. And then I can use that gold to level crafting professions to get set up to sell. So WoW-Professions has profession guides that are great for figuring out how to like efficiently level different professions. There's no perfect answer as to what's going to make you the most gold, because it kind of fluctuates over time. I'm doing alchemy and enchanting, and I'm pretty happy with that. Enchanting's been good for me. Keep an eye out for world quests that have gold rewards. Yes, that's true. You can get like 800 per. But yeah, that's probably the most accessible advice that is most likely to work for the most amount of people is gathering. Also, I want to do some gathering today. I want to go pick some flowers too. I'm doing the fishing derby first, and then I'm going to get real cozy. Maybe make a pot of tea. Gathering is relaxing. Honestly, fishing's not bad. The one nice thing about doing the derby is that after it's over, I can sell all this fish, and it usually does reasonably well. I haven't seen a single blood in the water pool, by the way. We've been flying around for 42 minutes and fishing, and I have not come across one. We'll find one, though. Maybe. Hello! How are you doing today? Torn between wanting to tank things for more practice or doing more cycling. This is a tricky choice. If it was me, and it's not, but if it was me, given the weather that you're having, I would get outside. There are going to be cold and rainy months. I know where you live. There's going to be weather where you're going to want to stay inside and play WoW. It's coming. Go cycle while you can. Oh, truly the most first world problem. Today, I grouped up with my guildmate for the seeds to plant in Hallowfall. You gather each other's plants, nice and relaxing. I like the garden a lot. Plus, what if you tank keys tonight after you're all like nice and sore and tired and noodly from having been cycling? You know? Nice hot shower, clean clothes, get like a smoothie or a snack or something, and then sit down and game. That's the stuff. I miss West Coast winter relative to East Coast winter. Oh, man. I gotta appreciate the weather we have here. Where is my bloody perch? My bloody pools? You know, in the Borean Tundra, if you want blood in the water, You just go commit a crime. And then you jump in the water, and then there's blood. This finding organic blood thing is not working out for me. Are you Christopher Walken? I was thinking that as I was saying it. I don't know quite why Walken came out a little bit. I don't know why we were 5% Walken there, but we'll take it, I suppose. You want to know what's funny? Is that I am familiar with the Christopher Walken speech pattern. Not from Christopher Walken himself, or having seen any of his films. But from watching a web series that used to be posted on The Escapist called Duralius and Associates that had a character that was a very clear Walken meme that spoke in that pattern but like super exaggerated. That's why I know it. Nope, that's just a surfacing ripple. Where is the blood? Show me the blood. We should just get a bucket of chum. Maine winters are a good time. Always get enjoyment of passing people in my smart car in storms when they go 20 miles an hour. Oh dear. Performs much better in regular vehicles without four-wheel drive. I think it's the small tire size. Huh. This is gonna be the first year that I can't just like hide whenever it starts to get like bad roads. I think I might just let Mr. Bus Driver,
Fascinating.
the general bus drivers of the city handle it, because they're equipped to. I might just take the bus around instead of driving as soon as the roads get bad, because I don't really want to mess with getting actual snow tires or learning how to drive in poor conditions. And I think it's probably best if I don't inflict my lack of skills on the rest of the city. The rivers of Hallowfall around the middle of the zone. Yeah, I think I'm going to try that. I found them here before as well, but I'm just not really having any luck, so we'll go do a lap up there. I was hoping that this would be better because I figure with the Derby up, people might be in Hallowfall already, but my logic has not paid off so far. Stoic Knight, thank you very much for giving us some gift subs. What's that? Glimmerpool. Glimmerpool. You can get vigor back in these pools, or maybe they just carry you forward. Not pools. The stream. Blood? No, but a royal ripple. I will fish a royal ripple. You know what? I'll even chuck a sturgeon in. Figured it out fishing in war mode. Maybe nobody is doing fishing this week in protest. Perhaps. They carry you and regen you. Have you done classic time walking on PTR? I have not, no. I'm not a big time walking person. I haven't done it this week either, and there's like a gear piece that I could get for doing it. I'm starting to think that maybe we won't. Got outside last night in time to watch the green garter dragonfly swarm. They really seem to like my yard. I know it's time to wrap up my garden now that they're migrating. Yeah, no, I haven't done time walking on live either. It's fine. I can see why it's like enjoyable and satisfying for people. It just doesn't speak to me. And that's okay. Ooh, speaking of wildlife, I saw an owl last night. We were walking moose and we were through like an area that's like a little bit foresty adjacent with like a field. And I saw some movement in a tree right overhead and I'm like, wow, that's a huge squirrel. And then I'm like, wait, that's not a squirrel. It was an owl. It was just hanging out there, so we watched it for a while and then continued our walk. And then when I got home, I tried to look up what kind of owl it was. And I'm leaning towards a barred owl. It had the exact right coloring, but the thing is, my app said that barred owls are quite large, and this one, it was big for a squirrel, but it wasn't like huge. Maybe it was young. Maybe it was hungry. I don't know. When I think of a big owl, I'm thinking of like a big owl. Owls are so amazing. I love seeing them. I don't see them very often. Blood in the water! Blood in the water! Alert! Alert! Okay. Wow, this one might be annoying. That's a tiny pool. So here's the thing. I'm going to make sure... Yeah, I'm going to make sure I'm in a good spot. And I'm going to chuck the perch. And I'm going to not move. No! This is why I didn't stop to clear that mob. That's going to have to be enough perch. We sent 5 of them, so we've got a 50% chance. Yes. I mean, no! I'm so sorry! Now that I got my dogfish, I will, I'll leave the pool for them. They're probably also doing the same thing I am. Local forest park had to put up warnings on trails that a great horned owl was attacking people in the area. Oh my word. My goodness. Alright, so we did our fishing derby quest. There's 11 minutes left on it. I feel like I've actually fished a pretty good range. The only thing I could use is maybe like one more ichor pool. I feel like we've actually gotten quite a few different... Oh, that's funny, there's another one. I should leave the bloods alone. No, I need at least one perch. And then I can leave the bloods to the other people. No, I got another dogfish. I need a perch. I'm gonna turn this silly thing.
We are
in.
the seekers of light. Always be prepared.
Yep, 3 derby marks on my first character of the week. Wow. What mount is that? It's so cute. This is the Endmire Flyer. This is the Famu mount from Shadowlands? This is a Famu mount from Shadowlands, actually. Pretty sure. Hello, Hazel. How was your day? Hello, Prince Adam. My day's going alright so far. How was yours? It's been a little chilly, a little foggy. I was wearing some layers outside this morning. I got up kind of early. Got out of bed and started poking around at some stuff. I was going to work for a little longer this morning before stream, but then Moose decided that it was time to go for a walk. Immediately. He was just losing his marbles over here. He's like, I can't chase the cat, and you won't let me chew the plushies, and you won't let me chew in your chair. What am I going to do? And he was like biting his tail, just like running in circles here. I was like, all right, bud, fine. Just losing your beans. What are derby tokens for? There's a vendor where you can purchase things in exchange for your derby marks. Some of those things are expensive. There's transmog, there's a couple of fishing items, there's a couple of cooking recipes. I'm mainly in it for the transmog. I don't know what I'm fishing that glimmer pool for. Do a little lap with the last 10 minutes of this buff and see where we're at. Cold this morning, 36 Fahrenheit. Oh. I need to get some new, well, I would like to get some new gloves or mitts or both this season, because my old ones are fairly old and they were already getting kind of worn down, and then Moose happened, and as a puppy he definitely committed some crimes against mitts, and they are fairly perforated at this point. So I think he's hopefully grown out of that phase, or if I got nice ones, I guess I could just keep them out of his reach. I don't think he's really a glove chewer anymore, unless he's really mad. So it lets you know he's not happy with you. Brewfest has some new stuff too. I forgot it was Brewfest. We were talking about it yesterday. Wowhead Brewfest. Brewfest now live. Dire Brews trinkets, mount chances, new cosmetic. This year, Corrin's trinkets are item level 571 for level 80 characters. There are new bar tab barrels for Kazalgar. A new cosmetic back piece can be purchased from vendors for 200 Brewfest tokens. Similar in design to the orange Brewfest Bulwark shield that was added last year, but in slightly different colors. Home Brewer's sampling mantle. Alright, 200 tokens, huh? I suppose I ought to queue up for the dungeon. Let's do Corn Tire Brew. I know I have 7 minutes left on my buff, but I think we've kind of fished all the fish we were going to fish. I'm up to 141 derby marks, so we've made some progress today. Something like 20 marks, maybe. You know what I dislike? Brewfest kegs showing up as quests on my mini-map. Yeah, I got kind of excited about one. At least they don't take long to do. Let's see. Sort my life out a little bit. I don't want to be crunchy. I'm doing keys later. This is a decent way to get a couple of tokens, right? Like your first event of the event. Your first boss kill of the season, I think. Oh, I'm in not holy spec. I did say I would heal. Uja, you personally pinky swore promised me that it would change my spec to the spec I queued as. And I require a refund on the trust I've placed in that interaction. They do for normal dungeons. Why can't they do it for everything? Explain. This is on you specifically. How could this happen? Alright. Shall we pop over to Ironforge and see if there's anything else fast we can do? I don't know, spite? Nothing to heal anyway. It's weird. Hate it, especially in Headless Horseman. Yeah, well. Oh, there's a world boss over there. I haven't done that yet. Is that a world boss? Sure looks like a world boss. Yeah, it's a back piece cosmetic. I'll link it to you. I have the Wowhead page up already. That's the new cosmetic for the season.
Attacking in the shadow and the light. We need you to take the fight to them.
I don't know if anyone needs me to heal, but... Brewfest coins not warbound. Good to know. That's a little bit annoying. I think in my brain I had already done the world boss because I did it last week. What do you mean? I did it once. Am I not done for the entire expansion? Maybe I'll get some transmog or something. Not currency, clutter your bag. This is true. Isn't that typical for holidays, though? Elder Charms of Good Fortune, Tricky Treats, and Noble Garden Eggs. I think the holiday ones, there may be exceptions, but typically are bags and not an actual currency tab thing. I mean, because they're old. Yeah, and also every time they stick something in the currency tab, people like to grump about it. We can't make up our minds if we want things to be currencies or not currencies. Or in bad currencies. I don't know. I think it's fine either way. Alright, I didn't get anything from that world boss. Okay, that's not true. I got 10 carved Harbinger crests. I got 75 Hallowfall Arathi rep. Oh, I got 1,000 gold. Alright. Forgiven. That'll do. That's fine. So many things over there. Yeah, let's pop over to Brewfest real quick, huh? I wanted to go to Ironforge. I need to carry around my Borealis teleport ring. That would be so sick for this. I'll do it this way. We'll go Dull to Stormwind to Borealis to Ironforge. Did the BRD thing get Valor Stones? BRD thing. Like from the anniversary event? Oh yeah, Also, I didn't open my keg-shaped treasure chest. I got another 16 tokens in there. Black Rock Depths. Oh! Holiday Boss. Valor Stones. Let me see. The World Boss sure did. No, I don't know. I've reloaded since then. It's not in my chat log, I'm sorry. Brewfest does not get Valor Stones. Get an earthing, gather candy buckets so we can level up while I collect. Nice. Alright, and then Borellis, then Ironforge. Because for Brewfest tokens, is it now much like Elder Charms and candy buckets where you just kind of fly around doing a bunch of bar tabs? Because I know I used to do ram racing for it. And like the food contests and stuff. Kinda, sorta? I need 200 tokens. But also, there's usually a bunch of one-time quests that you can do that give you like a bunch. I used to do them on a bunch of different characters. Because if it's faster to just drag and ride around and do a bunch of candy buckets, then I would do that. If I want to do cosmetic, I can get enough with 1 day of dailies. Okay, let's do our best here then. So we're sitting on 26.
Hello. See you soon. Safe.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you get a ton for that.
Keep your feet on the ground. See you soon.
Brewfest in Veldraken on the Dragon Isles.
You got my attention. Off with you. What
The
can I
pink
do
Elec
for
thing
ya?
gives you 40 tokens.
Watch your back.
And that's just like a lot of porting around. This is great.
Great to meet ya.
The Chowdown will give you tons of tokens, but you need other people to play with you.
Keep your feet on the ground.
No one wants to play. Hello? Anyone want to eat? You need 4 people. It won't start without 4. Unless they've changed something. Dialogue UI is the add-on changing my quest window. What am I saying here? Oh, that's right. There was the thing in Valdraken where you're rolling the keg down the hill. I forgot about that.
Good.
Lions has to travel a lot. Hordes outside Orgrimmar. Yeah, but where else could you put it but Ironforge? It has to be an Ironforge. Why is the long queue to do the Chowdown? Is your server empty? Yeah, there's not a ton of people around Brewfest right now. I want to do it all on this character. I want to collect 200 tokens on this character, so I can't do it on Horde. I have so many fond memories of this. Ram racing never really changes. Had no idea what was happening either. I'm just glad I got my my trophy token, or my trophy toy for winning the eating contest back in the year when they added it. So 10 tokens for that?
Great to meet you. See you soon. Safe travels.
I remember getting a week aura for the eating one for the achievement.
What's on your mind?
That's the Wolpertinger quest. That's the eating quest. What's this one? Is this just the... Yeah.
Off and away.
Oh yeah, that's right. The alcohol-free sampler. That's nice. People like a good non-alcoholic beer. Have you gotten the gummy pet yet? I have an extra code. That's very kind of you. I did get the pet. Somebody already had mercy on me and sent me a code. It was very kind of them. I appreciate it though. That's very sweet. Bought the back piece this time. Always leave something for the next year.
Very well then.
Based on the webhead guide I was looking at, the back piece should be the only new thing to 2024, right? If there's other stuff, then I'm gonna have more farming to do. I don't remember if they're always invading. I feel like they're not. I feel feel like this means that the boss will be coming, and then I can kill that for another dump of tokens. Got Belladar's spawn earlier this week, so I think my Mount RNG luck has been used up for a little while. Nice. The shield is new? Are you sure? Let me see. What's it called? It says... Because I have an orange Brewfest bulwark. Let me see. Because the orange Brewfest bulwark was added last year. That's already been in the game. The back piece is like a back part that looks like a shield. That's the new one. Did I switch my specs? I wanted to get into Shadow Spec. There's also, they have been selling like recolors of them on the trading post. But yeah, it was new to last year, so it's relatively quite recent. It's funny to me that we've got Dark Iron Dwarves invading as villains still after all these years.
How can I help you?
How can I help?
Righty then. Be seeing you.
You got my attention.
15 tokens for that? I like shield transmogs a lot. I just don't play any characters that use them. I can never decide what my tank ult should be, but sometimes I lean towards a shield user just so I can mog shields. Haha, there we go. That's what I wanted. It's only 10! I thought it was going to be more than that for some reason. Oh well. Shamis. Yeah, but like, Shamis don't have to use them. Often on a Shaman I end up using like a staff anyways. Whereas, like, if you're a Prot Warrior, there's kind of no two ways about it. The goggles one gives 40. Yeah. The pink Elic thing, for sure. So I'm up to 86. I'm not really doing math. I'm doing, like, squinty math. Yeah, you can mog an offhand into a shield, but if you happen to be playing a caster shaman and you get, like, a staff, you can't mog a staff into a main hand offhand.
Here there.
So you would be stuck until you get... like, based on what kind of gear you're wearing.
What's on your mind?
I messed up. I lost the RAM. I'm sorry. Thunderbrews, forgive me.
You got my attention.
So the add-on's called Dialogue UI. It's not immersive. Dialogue UI. Okay, up the hill we go. No, you're totally fine. I only just installed it yesterday. It's brand new and it's not on my add-on sheet. Immersive might be very similar. What made you decide to install it? I don't know. The comforting thought that it wouldn't be a big deal that I would justify it more than once. Do a nice little lap here. What was the name of the toy that opened a portal to the Black Temple? Ooh, Necrolite Skull, I think. Necrolite Skull. Peer pressure is the usual reason. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can really win. You're either peer pressured or you're stubborn. Do all these events my mate, just portal around? Yeah, it's smart for sure. It's stubborn. The nice thing about this is once you've finished barking, once you've made it to all of the different places, you do not need to then ride the ram all the way back. You can get off the ram, you can just fly back on your mount. What if I'm stubborn because of peer pressure? Had to be forced to install a weak horse for a single fight. Oh no. Like in the Nerebar Palace? Was it Ovanex? We all installed a weak horse for Ovanex, then we all deleted it because it was confusing us too much. Oh no, I missed the bank. Oh, it's annoying. Although my ram is feeling much better, so off and away. On the way. And a mirror to from Mythic Snake. That'll do it. Mythic, though. Open up. Okie dokie. Thank you very much. The most demanding add-on that I run is all the things by a huge margin. I don't notice it slowing me down, but whenever I check like memory, it's always all the things by like a factor of 10. Was it helpful? Yes. Did it take as long to figure out installing WeakCores as it would have been to learn the bit? Also yes. Yeah, sometimes it's frustrating when it's a raid where it only kind of, like the WeakCore works if everybody has it kind of thing. And if you've got some people that aren't using the WeakCore that are kind of trying to improvise, it can be tricky. That's about as peer pressure gets. So that puts us up to 101. We'll get 140 by doing the pink Alex. We can also pop by Valdraken. So Elwyn, Azurmist, and Teldrassil. Yeah, it does do just a few things. Heroic Ovanex and we blood the WeakCore and blood Bigwigs. It was just a mess. Ovanex was the one that we installed the WeakCore for, and it was trying to assign the eggs. But I think that I was too dumb to, in my brain, spin the map and figure out what it meant in terms of orientation to understand the egg assignments in the time frame in which I was going to need to understand them. It was just too complicated for how fast we needed to execute the mechanic. It was easier for us to just play that by eye and just like, we already knew which eggs we wanted to break, so it was easier just to kind of be like, well, break the one you get to first and don't try to break an egg that somebody else has already camped on. And we were able to work it out that way. Raid leader had to manually mark eggs. Poor guy. We were pinging little packs of 4 eggs each. And I'm still like a liability. I didn't bring any goggles, did I? So if I don't have goggles... Oh no, I do. No, I don't. You must be wearing the Synth Brew goggles. Because I thought you could also just like bypass it by getting drunk. We can try that. I don't know if like there's a vendor here that will like sell me the goggles if I forgot to pick them up. I think you could just get drunk. Let's get some Thunderbird. Strong. It's just making it stormy. It's not even real booze. I'm not drunk at all. It was supposed to be. These are fake beers. Drink the blood red one. Makes the drinker go into a rage. Oh dear. Oh goodness. Yeah, I might need to go back and get the goggles. Let me check. Or you can bring your own. You should be able to just get drunk. I think these special effect boozes aren't actually getting me drunk. I might need like regular... These are food buff ones though. I drank a ton of them. Do I have a toy that makes me drunk? Oh, hang on. If I get a stein, I can just fill up from the keg. This is alcohol free! The one time we don't want the non-alcoholic beer. Empty stein. Alright, no, hang on. We'll equip our seasonal stein. And then we'll drink it. What do you mean? That's not empty? Alright, new plan. I'm going to the bar. Where is... There's a wine vendor or something. It should not be this hard to get drunk at Brewfest. I felt a little tipsy from the stein. The special effect ones weren't doing anything for me. There's a cheese shop. Isn't there a winery in here somewhere? How's Guild Raid going? It's good. We're on Ovanex, heroic Ovanex right now. I don't know. He's not going to tell me where the booze is. Maybe they just complimentarily sell it in the cheese shop. Cheese. No, these are a bunch of cheese purists. Cheese and water. How dare you.
Have a good one.
Love your monk. Oh, I thank you. I'm a priest pretending to be a warlock right now. What about over here? Huh?
Good day to you. See you later.
Barkeep.
Greetings.
I would like 50 of your finest brews. Actually, do we have a wine? We have Hearthglen Ambrosia. We have bourbon. We can buy some jugs of Badlands bourbon. I'm trying to think of what Inksy would drink. I think she's a bourbon girl. 20. Yeah. 40. Alright, that should be enough. I just forgot to get the goggles. Alright, we're gonna find these Alex. I'm an adult gnome and I can be trusted around alcoholic beverages. Alright. Alright. Let's party. You know what's funny is I probably have a toy that would do it. So I don't have synth brew goggles. There's a syndicate mask toy? That's cool. I don't have it. Kinda want it. There's a brew barrel. Oh, I could have summoned my keg pony. Or indeed my brew pup. I've got a dog pet. Also, we've zapped enough Alex. We want to go to Teldrassil. Inksy seems like she'd be drinking whatever Barnacles is brewing in his bathtub in Paralis. Oh. Do you think Barnacles brews in his bathtub? Whoa! Nobody. I should not be driving this thing. Because he doesn't need it for showers. He thinks that the sea air keeps him clean enough. So, I think we're in the old-fashioned version of it. Oh my gosh. Maybe at the end of this we'll find a coffee. Would love to try Barnacles' brews. Whoa. You just know he's going to be serving it to you in, like, a pickle jar. Not a mason jar. A pickle jar. Came from the store with some dill pickles in it. Still vaguely smells like vinegar. There we go. All for that. Now I want pickles. Azure Mist Pink Alex. So we're actually not crazy far from Azure Mist. For heaven's sake. This is awful. Time walking gear can be catalyzed to tier. I'm getting my 200 tokens though. I could probably flight path it, I bet, from down here.
Peace be
We don't have to do it in Chatrath. We could probably just like Azure watch. My hunter has the pink elephant pet just for Brewfest time. What's with the Derby quest only giving 3 marks? Oh, it's awful. They changed it so that you can do it on multiple characters, but for only 3 marks each, which is wildly worse, and we're all very unhappy. I guess if I really liked fishing and I had more alts that I wanted to fish on, I don't really have the alts though. I do like fishing. I could try, because they are transferable. You can funnel all your Derby marks to one character if you want, but yeah, Riot I think is the answer. Multiple fishing alts seems pointless. Yeah. Not my favorite hotfix. Possibly my least favorite hotfix. I'm usually pretty chill about them, but I don't know. Yeah, I hope that's the case, that they only intended it to be reduced for alts after your first. It's not working that way right now, though. Right now, even your first Derby of the week is only going to give you 3 marks. Stinky. Water good. Where did all my pets go? I set up a webcam and everything, and they've left me. I'm sure wherever Kira is, Moose is like 4 feet away laying down being like, hi, do you want to be friends now? Okay, I'll check in 5 minutes. I don't think I needed 40 jugs of bourbon, now that we mention it. I haven't been out here in so long. This is a pretty place. If we're gonna be on the ground, we may as well Tyvan it up. Thanks for the raid guides. Always tuning into the good old Hazelnutty. Thank you. That was a good dog. Love Azure Mist. Pretty. The color palette's really soothing. I think it's really clever that they have just a tiny bit of purple lacing the edge of the trees that kind of sets off the purple crystals without looking like they're bright purple. Like this really cool kind of purple blue in the green trees. I think really like it's very nice. Music and ambience. Floyd here now. Hello! Glad you could take some time off from your dungeon boss duties. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great weekend. Could level a character to max exclusively there. That would be a project. Alright, that'll do. Whoa! After this, we'll go to Valdrakken. Actually, after this, I'll probably take a break, but then we'll go to Valdrakken and see about doing some of the Valdrakken one-time quests. Those might give us some marks as well. We're trying to get up to 200, and we are halfway there currently. Yeah, the Blood Elf and the Draenei starting zones are some of the oldest stuff still around, as evidenced by the fact that we can't fly here. Or at least oldest around in their original state. There must be some dungeons that haven't changed much. Maybe not many anymore. I would enjoy my mog, but you can't see much through this haze of alcohol. I feel like I don't want to fly. I'm gonna run into stuff. We just need to make sure we stop at 160 because we have the 40 tokens left to finish it. Time Walk Raid drops for a gear. That's what I hear. I should do it at some point. I'm not thrilled about it. I want to go... Veldraken. Where's the dragons gone? Went out for drinks last night. Decided to celebrate my colleagues' worst anniversary for having one drink for every year they'd been with the company, which was 8. What, each? Oh my god. Are you alive? Are you a ghost? Work anniversary. That makes more sense. I was trying to think of what a worst anniversary could be. Just like the anniversary of having, I don't know, some awful event that we're commemorating for some reason. People do things. Each. Oh. That's a lot. Still need more coffee. Yeah. Okay. I think I will enjoy this particular Brewfest better if I wait for my character to sober up. So I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back. Alright. I'm back. Spibble, thank you very much for the gift sub. Happy 3 years since your spleen's gone. Like our jobs. Very lucky. Man, my character's still kind of wasted. Is there any coffee in Veldraken? Do they have any here? Brewfest in Veldraken. You guys got anything good here? 10 tokens? 10? This quest was annoying too. I remember it being not worth it for 10. I would rather do ram racing. I'll do the bubble thing. I think the bubbles are reasonable. It's just dragon riding, although maybe it'll be more reasonable if I'm not hammered. Okay. This guy sells the back piece. I need more, whoa! I can't! It's awful! It's awful! I'm gonna look up Veldraken. Coffee? Cup of wake up. Sold in a Mirdrasil. Also, oh, it's part coffee, part sour ale. That's no good. Like the UI for quest context. Yeah, let me stash it. I'm thinking about it. Let me go to the sheet and just stash a link to dialogue UI in it. Hazel's WoW add-on list. Yes. And then we'll update the date. What is it? September the 20th? And then we're just gonna make a new list. We're gonna call it dialogue UI. What are we saying? What's my interface? Quality of life? And then we're gonna say and then dial, get a link to it. CurseForge. There we go. It is officially in my add-on spreadsheet. You can just die in res might be faster. It's looking a little better. A little bit. I'm gonna check at the inn to see if they sell any coffee there. My character's still tipsy. We've gotten down a little bit. I should have just picked up the goggles, but what are you gonna do? Icy Jin, thank you very much for the brandy sub. Appreciate it. Of all your pet strap videos. Oh, thank you. Oh, hey. Bar tab barrel. How much do you get for this? 10? Yeah, that's good. That's much better than doing the rolling thing. Do you guys know? You just sell wine and kebabs. That's not gonna do me any good. Delandius, thank you very much for the gift subs. What do you think of Illyria's eye makeup and can you stream an eye makeup tutorial? Oh man. I don't have the face for it. I've got hooded eyes. It's no real estate. I think it looks like makeup, which is a look. She's a choice. Anyway, come on, Bubbles. Nearly there. I don't even know if I can blame that on... Oh, are the bubbles making me? No, I can't blame it on that either. I don't even know if I can blame my driving on my character being tipsy. I think that's just how we drive. Yeah, it's a tiny bit face painty. What's funny is it reminds me of cosplay. It reminds me of the makeup you would do to imitate the way like an anime character looks for like a cosplay. So I think it would read quite well in cosplay. Like somebody could recreate it for an Illyria cosplay, and I'm sure they will. There must be Illyrias walking around at the next BlizzCon. Well, there we go. I don't think I'm your girl for the tutorial though.
You got my
I don't have the patience to blend eyeshadow for long enough, so I can only do very basic looks that are okay with me giving up halfway through.
See you soon.
Okay, so we're down to 121. I need 40. I need 40 more tokens, and then I can turn in the Pink Elliot quest, and then I'll have enough for the new piece. Let me see about... Do I have candy buckets installed? Hello? Candy buckets? Let's turn candy buckets back on. Because there should be more bar tab barrels. I don't know if candy buckets is marking them for me though. Options. No, Lunar Festival, Hallows End, and Midsummer Fire Festival. What about Handy Notes? Is there like a plugin I can download for it? Handy Notes Brewfest, maybe? I'm just gonna poke around and find out. Oh, hang on, there's an update for candy buckets. Pending in queue. Always run your ad on updates before you complain that things don't exist. Let me take a look. Let's reload. Any bar tab barrels on the map? Oh yeah, there they are. So 10 each, looks like. So we could kind of do like a little lap. That'll be good. Let's fly in something different though. I must have another mount that I want to ride. Filter. Only flying. Yeah. Any excuse to bond with the scarab. There is one new item added for Brewfest. It's a cosmetic back piece that costs 200 tokens. So that's what I'm farming tokens for right now. But this Candy Buckets update is excellent. Much nicer than doing... I probably could have saved even more time by doing this instead of dailies. Because there's some in Castlegar as well. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like at least 100, 110 you can get in the Dragon Isles. And then in Castlegar, we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, maybe 10. So you could get almost all your tokens, almost nearly all of them, just by running around doing bar tab barrels. It's not too bad. Which I'm pretty happy with, because, you know, lets you dragon ride around. We won't need to do all of them. Just another 3, really. So there's one over here in Marukai. I guess I could be doing these in Castlegar just to just to enjoy the new zones, but we're already out here in the Dragon Isles, may as well. Like it might be in this building. Bar tab barrel? Bar tab barrel. Moose is sleeping in his pink chair in the living room.
Maybe
And I went out on my break to go find him, and
God
he's
knows
so
everyone.
tired. Normally he'll at least like pick up his head and look at me when I come out to see him, but I was like petting him and giving him scritches and talking to him, and he was just like flicking his ears like, "Mom, I'm sleeping. Leave me alone." He was like pretending not to notice me. So I could let him go back to sleep, which I did, but baby. Really sleepy baby. It's hard work following the cat around all the time. Well, this isn't gathering, but it's pretty close. I still have some time. It's only 11:06. Maybe after Brewfest I'll go do some herbing and mining. I want to see if I've got my knowledge for the week yet, or I might need to do some gathering to get my weekly gathering knowledge. I'll do one more over here.
A threat against these lands is a threat against our queen. Remove them and restore the order.
I'm always tempted to just kill world bosses when I fly by them if I think I can solo them, because what if there's transmog I missed? What if it could drop me anything? I'm really happy that I'm playing the War Within from the beginning on the same main. I switched mains sort of halfway through.
Magic energies flow through these ruins.
Went the wrong way.
Harness
I
the
switched
energy
mains
and
kind of
dispense it
halfway
into
through
a
Dragonflight,
Be quick about it,
and it
but be careful.
made it hard for me to tell what I had and had not completed in terms of rares and treasures, and like, you know, we got the achievements and we got Tyvan, so I do feel like I kind of completed enough of Dragonflight to get by, but it's just weird walking past like one-time treasures on my main being like, why didn't I do this in Dragonflight? Oh yeah, that's right. I wasn't maining this at the beginning of the expansion. There's like a nice kind of cleanliness to keeping it all done in one character. Okay, so now we need to go back to Ironforge. And let's do it via... That one's on cooldown. Where's my regular Hearthstone? Why is that not on here? Must be on here. Oh, it's probably just because it's set to Dornegal. Right? Normally this has your Hearthstone. Mix Monkey, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Random Hearthstone. See, when you undo it, right? Oh, there we go. Hearth to Dornegal. It should have one. One of these things should say Hearth to Dornegal. I'm just not seeing it, I guess. Or it's not there. Oh well. Any one of those will do. Feels really satisfying. Does it help you feel more connected to the character? I think so. It's been nice recently logging on and always being on the same character. Making me feel like this is who I am when I play WoW. Hi Hazel, just in from work. How is it going? Hello JG Britt. It's going pretty good. We're having a nice weekend. We did the fishing derby. I processed some feelings about the changes to the Merildar Derby marks. We are doing Brewfest. I'm getting the new cosmetic that they've added. Happy about that. So there's a portal. Are they in here? There might be two portals. This'll do. What else have we done this morning? A little bit of professions. I wanted to do some gathering still. Oh, and I premiered the great and powerful pet cam that is empty because nobody's there right now because they're sleeping elsewhere. Which is why I didn't put it in every scene. Or at least I'm not keeping it up in every scene. I only want to have it up if there's somebody actually home. What did they add? I'll show ya. We're headed right there to buy it. Moose bed. pet cam. Nope, wrong way. Turn around. Plus, it might be kind of fun to, in terms of sticking with the main, it might be kind of fun to work through as many things on all the things as I can on the one character before I start any else. Return to the pet camp is a welcome one. I just need one of them to go sleep there. They do normally quite often. It's a pretty new bed. They both like it a lot. They sometimes face off in lopsided staring contests about which one of them's going to sleep in the bed. So I'm a little miffed that neither of them is in it. I would turn it on if Kitty was there as well. Oh, started WoW again after 15 years and picked Shadow Priest. Excellent choice.
How are ya?
Alright.
Safe travels.
Really should have picked up my Synth Brew goggles before I left, but oh well. There we go. 201 Prize Fest tokens, doable in the first day. No big deal. We want to find the... Easily doable in the first day. We want to find the vendor. I think she's over here. So she will sell me the Bottomless Brewfest Stein. Oh, I don't have that one yet. Maybe I need another 10 tokens. This is the new item. This is the Home Brewer Sampling Mantle. It is a back cosmetic. It is a cloak, technically. Similar appearance to the shield that they added last year, which is also still available on the vendor. But it's in back piece format. So I have that one already. I'm going to pick up this one. And I suppose I ought to scrape up 10 more tokens and buy this while I'm here, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget about Brewfest in a second. Ariana, thank you very much for the gift subs. Or Arianani, perhaps. Who's to say? Thunder and lightning here. Love it. It's like when you go to the zoo and the animals that you want to see are never there. Oh, yep, sorry. They're having their toothbrushing this week. Listen, everybody's busy. I get it. So if I wanted 10 really easy tokens, I'd probably go ram racing. I don't want to do the Wolpertinger thing. There's one poor soul. Oh, it's Squirrel Squad. You need 4 people to make the eating contest happen. I think that the fastest way to get just 10 tokens to get that Stein is going to be there and back again. No stream is complete without a ram riding. Yeah, you almost need the eating contest to be like a cute event. ETA and the last boss videos are so good. Why, thank you. I don't have an ETA. I have started. I do have footage of it at least on normal. It may take me a bit of time to get it together. There's a lot of little bits and pieces in that fight. In the meantime, Wowhead has a great cheat sheet, and there are other videos on the subject, but I am working on one. I really appreciate the interest. I'm very flattered. You can start with Brewfest in Ironforge for Alliance or Orgrimmar for Horde. There's also some stuff in Veldraken. There's breadcrumb quest that will send you out here as well, and you can queue up anytime you like for the holiday boss. Do Corn Dairy Brew. Mythic Kaiveza looks crazy. I bet. I don't know what the mythic mechanic is, but I feel like it would be something spicy. Tips for Shadow Priest. Level 20, don't have anything to do with groups, really. You're not going to have all of your tools right away while you're leveling. You may be best off, especially at such an early level, at... Oh no, I need to do 3 kegs and not just 1! Oh dear. You may be best off just pulling 1 or 2 mobs for a while until you kind of get more of those tools. Uh-huh. Thank you very much for the anonymous gift subs. Call this ram racing? I don't, apparently. There we go. I used to have a macro. I'm pretty sure I made a Brewfest guide once upon a time, and I recommended using an extra action button macro so you could keybind this so you're not clicking on it all the time. That was the worst ram racing I'd ever seen. There we go. Is it just me, or is there less fruit? There used to be like a reset fruit on that hill. Maybe not. Maybe I'm imagining things. I just need the Stein for transmog or something. I think I need it for Mog. There used to be? Gonna do my daily attempts at the Corn Dire Brew mount, but I won't be sad if I don't get it. Don't get the Noble Garden out next year, though I'll be fuming. I wonder, did they say anything about using this new method of holiday drop rates for the Brewfest mounts, where you know your chance in your first character per day kind of thing? Using Tam's War Within Helper. Seems to think I haven't done Roll of Weights, which isn't true. That's annoying. I liked the Dragonflight Helper a lot, but I have not been using the War Within one. Alright. Let's get our Stein. Ah! Got the Ram today. Congrats! That's wonderful.
What's on your mind?
No. You can't make me do it anymore. I'm good. I just need one Stein. Also, Belby's Eyesight Enhancing Romance Goggles, now that we mention it. How much do those cost? We apparently don't have them. I wonder if I could have transmogged the Synth Brew goggles on, and if that would have worked. 100? 100? I don't wanna. 10 tokens for a whatever transmog is one thing. 100. They're guaranteed to make everyone attractive. I mean, everyone's already attractive to somebody. Eyesight Enhancing Romance Goggles. Yeah, I don't know. I might sit that out. They're just... They're fine. Are they worth 100 tokens? I'm sure I could do it pretty easily by flying around and getting more bar tab barrels. There's more than 10 that I'm missing, but like, do we really want to? I don't know. I think I want to go pick some flowers. Dialogue UI is the quest text add-on. There is a link to it at the very bottom of my add-on spreadsheet. Club membership is 200. Don't remember when I did it. My mage still gets the mail after so many years. Yeah. Oh man, my bags are filled with garbage. What is all of this stuff? I think it's from Hallowfall. Well, like a toolbox. Use an awakening machine to create a bonus toolbox. Wow. I've got this Stein that we can, I think, delete now that we've learned it. I've got a Shadowblind grouper that's for nothing. Oh man. Some Warbound gear I could stick in the bank. This is terrible. This is awful. This is really stressing me out. I don't want any of this. Get it out of here. Oh, a soaked journal entry. I don't need that either. I guess I can stick it in my bank. Let's get rid of the bourbons. I guess we can sell the Darkmoon cards. I'm just going to sell them on, you know, let other people open the packs. Sell them unopened. Stonebound lantern schematic. Wait, is that for enchanting? No, it's for engineering. I don't need engineering. I can probably disenchant the pickaxe, actually. Ah! Leatrix, calm down!
Come back with some medicine.
Clear out my reagent banks. I can put all my War Within reagents in there. It's kind of a similar thing to what I'm doing, although sometimes I end up dumping stuff in there that I really shouldn't be.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
If we organize that. Is any of it not needed? Also, what's the spark situation? I have 1 Spark of Omens, 6 Sparks of Shadow Flame. I have 3 Fractured Sparks of Omens, so I do at least have them. That's good. I've not really been using my sparks, but at least I've kept them. I haven't accidentally deleted them or anything, so that's something. 2.5 sparks. And then my Warband bank has a soaked journal entry. Maybe some pet upgrade stones. And then in the gear tab, we have some Warbound adventure gear that we can save for alts. I'm sure it'll be nice to have that on alts when they hit 80, but like, I have such a random assortment of stuff right now. I don't know if it's going to do anybody much good.
My directive has
Can I
been
disenchant this? It's
fulfilled.
just an appearance. No, I cannot. Gotcha. Love using alt sparks to level my professions. Oh, clever. Sizzling cinder pollen. I didn't even know I had any of that. Good for you for not getting bullied into crafting a weapon. I mean, to be fair, no one's really gonna bully me. I don't know if that means that I'm big and scary and too intimidating to bully. I don't know if that means that people have made their peace with letting me make my own mistakes, which is generally my goal in life. I don't know. I haven't gotten around to it. I haven't really needed to, I think, is the thing. If I came into raid and I was doing Garbo healing and I felt like I was really holding us back, then I would have been like, okay, I got to do everything I can to optimize my gear. But I came into raid and I did fine. And I got some parses I was happy with and we progressed a bunch. So I'm like, well, why would I bother? Why would I spend a bunch of gold to craft my weapon and get this thing set up when clearly we're doing fine? I think later on when people start to overtake me is when I will get stressed about it. But for now, I'm not really worried about it. I'm trying to set up stuff for my stream. Does yours go to PayPal? Twitch pays me to my bank account. Like, you set it up like you would an employer. I use Streamlabs for direct tips, but we don't do those very much here. We're more about just like the regular subs and ads. Globs of wax are obnoxious to farm. You need so much of it. So yeah, I need all this weekly knowledge. Look at all this stuff. I got my treatises, so we're fine on that. But I need to do my weekly quests, and then we need to get a bunch of weekly profession knowledge drops for mining and herbalism. I've been making a minor effort to keep these things like set up and to keep putting points into mining and herbalism. So, you know, may as well keep it up. See if we can make some gold. You just need to be a bit cautious. I don't know if Streamlabs does this. Streamlabs might be better, but I have used some PayPal tipping services in the past that will disclose your PayPal email or your PayPal account name to the person tipping you, and that can be a information leak. So you want to be careful that when you do set it up, you have it done in a way where it's not going to tell your name to people that are sending you tips, because you really don't want that. Unless you do, but I wouldn't. As long as you're on the top, gear doesn't matter. Any bismuth, we can get that. Bismuth is business. And then the herb one is kind of over by the alchemy thing. I think that happens with donation tips. I have a business PayPal account set up, and I believe that bypasses. It should say Hazelnutty Games when people give tips. In theory. Okay, let's go gather some stuff. Should we do it in the Ringing Deeps today? I feel like I always gather in the Isle of Dorn, and I feel like I could do better. Ooh, also, I'm gonna use a true site file, actually. It does. Good. Wait, your name isn't? Oh no, for sure. Legally. First name Hazel, middle name Nutty, last name Games. Colloquially known as Miss Nutty Games. I'll accept Madam Nutty Games. Gonna craft my mining gathering tool. Saw the mats and the price. Just bought the knowledge points. Yeah, I don't blame you. What did I make so far? I made a herb pick. I made a sickle. And then I'm still using green. But I do have at least new versions. I have the new current expansion thing. I hate these things. I fly past them, to be honest with you. To be quite frank with you, I usually don't bother. And then when I empower them, which I basically never do anymore because I still don't really understand why, I just don't see the point. I don't even end up looting them usually. Hazel and Games. Chad, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. I hope you're having a nice time here. Got my alt to 80, kind of forgot everything about how to get my item level up. Oh man, there's so many different paths for gear that, like, there's no real one way to do it. There's a lot of ways to do it. I said I was going to the Ringing Deeps, and look at me not going to the Ringing Deeps. It's just so nice and sunny up here. Ahoy, Stumpy! Thank you for the 19-month resub, and ahoy, right back. Right back at you. Overloading drops lots of mineable chunks. Got 6 crackling shards, almost there. Nice. If you stand closer to the ore, it mines faster. But then sometimes I get blown up. And if I have to move to get out of a damaged spot, then that kills me too. I'm just not... I just overload the crystalline ones because they're easy to find and they're not complicated. Plus the portal just gets me to another, whoa, underground. Gets me to another spot. Although, this is a little slow. Fallen Link, thank you very much for the gift subs. The power cooldown unnecessarily long, not a lot of benefits. Part of the reason it's so long is because it can be reduced a lot. Not only by mining and herbing, but by putting more points into the Empower, you can make the reduction even more. I think that if you had a fully spec'd out Empower tree, like the Elemental one, you would get your Empower up quite frequently. I just don't put points into there yet because I would rather have like the overall quality and the overall finesse. Let me check and make sure I'm not talking about my butt here, but for Mastering the Mysterious, just unlocking it gives you 5% increased cooldown reduction whenever you pick a node. But I'm pretty sure there's more. Oh, you can increase it. Oh, I see. So you unlock it, and then you get the cooldown reduction. 5 points gives you 5% increased reduction. There's another 5, there's another 5, there's another 5, and then there's an extra charge. So yeah, if you fully spec that out, and then these will give you even more cooldown reduction. So I think that eventually it will be better. But yeah, the benefit of it, I didn't even put points into there because, as you've probably guessed, like the stuff that you get doesn't seem that awesome. I'd rather right now get just the raw flat ore. Or fuse Mecha Bloom? Yeah, why not? It's not as good as it was in Dragonflight. Dragonflight, getting the order nodes was like a no-brainer. It was a very easy choice. There was kind of no good reason why not. And it was worth like almost 1,000 gold every time you would empower. And I don't feel like I get that much benefit from empowering nodes around here. I'm sure there's something, but... Gathering bags. Oh yeah, I forgot about the gathering bags. Reduce 1% each time. It's not bad. It's something. No! The other thing I have is I have Farm Hut back. So we can do this. The herb that I usually like to empower is the irradiated herbs. So that I can clone an herb, and I'll usually try to find like a lure drop to clone. Ooh, these people are farming. Also, I'm in the bee area. I need to get out of the bee area. The bees are very dangerous and we don't trust them. Yeah, that is better actually. Standing right on top of it seems to be pretty good. I don't think I was doing that quite correctly before. Not because it won't spawn them under you, but because you're probably going to be finished your cast before they go off. Hit the irradiated herbs, have to make sure I'm in Ghost Wolf so I can yeet ASAP. It does suck that if you don't find the herb you want to clone within 5 minutes, you lose the thing. But at least it doesn't go back on cooldown. You can re-empower. It only goes on cooldown when you've actually consumed it from the sounds of it. So for me to mine while mounted, it's because I have 60 points in mining fundamentals. Those points were also giving me finesse, which is nice. But I spec'd into that first to get mounted mining, because I wanted to be able to mine and herb on any mount I wanted. It's worth it for me for comfy points, but there definitely may have been other things that were a better idea. I'm going to just try to get a lot of my knowledge at once and then learn it all, as opposed to going back in my bags for each individual little bit. Sometimes easy mine spawns in seams, only drops bombs under it. There you go. Should I get a profession earlier rather than later? If you're just leveling, I wouldn't worry about it. But once you get to Kazalgar, once you get to level 70 and you're leveling through here, then I would pick up a profession. If nothing else, mining and herbalism are safe to have, and there's no real cost to having them, and you'll get extra stuff that you can sell. You can always drop them later to pick up a different profession if you change your mind, but whenever I haven't picked professions yet, I'll just take mining and herbing as like a default in the meantime. Because they'll give you a bit of experience if you're leveling whenever you pick a node. And, you know, money. Spore fused. That's nice. Fishing's good to have. Fish make bank. Oh, I forgot to post my fish. I was going to sell the ones that I got while I was fishing the derby to hopefully make some gold. I forgot. I'll have to do it later. There's so many things. Don't worry about my error slowing down my UI. It's fine. We'll orbit it up there. Also, my hunter, she's level 78, and her gear is an absolute travesty. Hang on, I can herb these. Because she's only been gather leveling, so she's wearing the same stuff she was wearing at level 70. And it was okay then. It's not so okay anymore, so whenever I fight like one mob because it's underneath my node or whatever, it's kind of awful. Carnage. Hey Hazel, hope you're having a good day. Thank you very much. Right back at you. Yeah, so this add-on is called Farm HUD. That's giving it's just overlaying the contents of my minimap over the middle of my screen. And it's nice so that you don't have to basically keep your eyes pinned to your top corner of your screen. Oh, I should also drop by Hallowfall to the garden. I have some seeds. I could maybe find a group, perhaps? I don't know. Or maybe I'll wait for... Oh no, he doesn't have any gathering professions. Mining in Pandaria being my main goal after starting. Less sky goal. Do you think a game can have too much content? I think you can definitely have overwhelm that isn't necessarily because there's too much content, but if it's being delivered in a way that is overstimulating and overwhelming to the player and it doesn't make it clear what they should do and you give people too many options, you can definitely cause like this kind of decision paralysis where people go, well, I don't know what to do. It's when you spend all night scrolling Netflix instead of actually picking something to watch because you've got too many choices. Farm HUD makes me feel a bit sick, weirdly. Yeah, it does take some getting used to, and it might not be for everybody. Quick Genshin gave me exploration fatigue. Too much. Oh. Since it's past 11, what's for lunch? We gotta eat something fast today. Because keys later. And should probably have something that doesn't make me fall asleep. Oh no, my pet! My gear is terrible! It's so rough! Do we have any soup? I wonder if I have soup. Like a canned chowder or something in my cupboard. Or like a canned soup that I could prepare. I guess if nothing else I have like cream of mushroom. I could make a cream mushroom soup and some toast. That sounds pretty good. Pizza. Yeah, so this add-on is called Farm HUD. Farm HUD. Whoa. I'm out of here. SpaghettiOs, Alphagetti. Yeah, that would work. Chowder. They're kind of expensive for canned soups, but they're cheap for meals. Like these canned seafood chowders from one of the grocery stores I go to. And they're really nice. They're very yummy. Especially when the weather's starting to get a bit colder and you just want like hot food. I need to make chili. I do a vegetarian chili. that I like it a lot, and it's really easy. And I haven't made it since last winter. I don't know what the problem's been doing. You can certainly eat it in the summer, but I haven't been. Been slacking off. Haven't been cooking as much. And I would like to. It's funny, I haven't been getting as much copper bismuth to turn in for my quest. I think I might have more, like, silver. No, I only have 2 pieces. I just haven't been finding bismuth, I guess. We've just been mining up everything else. Everything but bismuth. Now I want SpaghettiOs. So you can stay mounted while mining with mining specialization points. 60 points into mining fundamentals lets you mine while mounted in Castlegar. Pretty convenient. I don't want that. Crystallized. Camouflaged. Lure drop we like. Iron claw. They're really... The bismuth is really... elsewhere. Ooh, lure drop go. Very good. I find it funny that the so-called specialty ores, the Acarite and the Iron Claw, are just less valuable than the basic one. Maybe they're just not as, you know, lower demand and higher supply. Eight gold mica bloom. We're happy about that. Show them you mean bismuth. I love picking a node that I know is worth like almost 1,000 gold between the 2 pieces of ore I picked up. There's some. Just a regular bismuth node. Have you ever found a mining seam? I don't... Maybe once. Not many of them for sure. Let's head down to the south part of the zone. Ooh, speaking of the devil, mining seam. I guess, yeah, that was the first one I'd ever done. I just got knowledge for it. Let's slam a couple of these knowledge points while we've got a second here. It's pretty much the only way you end up getting acuity on a gathering profession is by getting knowledge points. I've been going more into mica bloom because it holds its value really well for how much of it there is for herbing, and then for mining, now I'm back into plethora of ore, giving me just flat skill. Ooh, 75 finesse. That's nice. That's very nice. Easy mine bismuth, huh? Only in caves right now. Oh, I wonder if that's what's going on. Nice. This is fun. I could do this all day. I don't know how fun it is to watch. It might be a bit disorienting to watch. But this is kind of peak. I don't want to call it peak WoW. I feel like that's a bit harsh on the rest of the game, but it's just nice. It's nice to have a straightforward task that you feel like you really understand. And there's enough variation in it too, I think. You're not just getting the one thing, you know, you're getting the different types of elemental nodes. I feel like keep it fresher than gathering used to be in like Cataclysm or whatnot. If you talk, it's fine. Yeah. I'm running out of things to say today. I told all my stories. I'm out. My life is a lot of my dog followed my cat around and my cat said "Meow." That's been my entertainment lately. I'm just so tickled pink to have both of them out all the time, because it means that I get to spend more time with both of them. Do you have kids? I have pets. I have no human children. I have a dog and I have a cat. Always liked doing gathering loops in my flying mountain outland. That was my heyday. What's this? Oh, bismuth. Lady Akoma, thanks very much for giving out a gift sub. I have utmost respect for parents. Oh no, my node! But I'm one of those people that has never felt like that was going to be my life. It's just not in my bones, and that's totally okay. Not a problem. Streamers are made for watching while urban. I have a Maine Coon and a long-haired Chihuahua. Oh. I love Maine Coons. I mean, I love all the cats. I don't think I've ever met a cat and I went, no, not that one. I think I love all of them. But there's some very big ones that I see occasionally outside. And I go, wow. It's the appropriate sound. 6-month-old, already 10 pounds. Holy moly. Is he fluffy? My Miss Kira's short hair. She's got a nice calm little coat. Although after watching a bunch of cat grooming videos, I'm kind of glad she's short hair because she's never had matting in her coat as far as I know. She's when I do brush her, it's pretty straightforward. Farm HUD is the add-on I'm using for gathering. No worries at all. It's just overlaying the same info from the minimap into the middle of the screen, so it's a bit comfier to watch, that's all. But I like it a lot. Farm HUD. I think it should still be in the spreadsheet. Let me take a look. Assuming I didn't kill it. Yeah, it is under the gold making section of that bad boy right there. I think there's a setting where I could have it not show quest objectives that might make it a little cleaner. I'm not quite sure. What's the vibe with War Within? Seems to have been received positively. Yeah. The reactions I have heard from where I'm sitting have been overwhelmingly more positive than what I usually hear about expansions. I can also say the same for Dragonflight. Dragonflight was generally received well during its time. But this one's been going off a real treat. I'm happy with it as well, for what it's worth. It feels really good to play. I feel like I am allowed to play it a bit less if I want, and not feel like I'm completely out of touch or totally behind, which is nice. I don't think I'm putting as much time in, but I still feel like I'm kind of, you know, caught up, whatever that means.
We want to preserve this place.
In lovely Vancouver, do you favor the Boston clam chowder with cream or the Manhattan clam chowder that uses a tomato-based broth? I think it must be the cream one, because I don't know if I've ever heard of a tomato-based chowder broth. It sounds nice. I am, if I was being nitpicky, which I shouldn't be, but I am in Victoria, which is on Vancouver Island, which confusingly enough does not contain Vancouver. It drives people nuts that Vancouver is not on Vancouver Island, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, usually a cream-based chowder broth. Victoria's lovely too. Victoria's a little more my speed. I visited Vancouver recently. I went there for my birthday to see a concert. It was super fun, and I was reminded of the fact that I'm just not a Vancouver kind of girl. The traffic is too crazy. The buildings are too tall. Everything's too big. I think I'm living in Victoria right now. I live in the city of Victoria, and that's about as urban as I ever really want to be. I can't do the big city thing. It's just not my energy. West Coast, best coast. Happy with this expansion. First time in a long time where it's felt like it's not a rat race to get gear. Rep. Do things. Gathering add-on looks addictive. It's like jangling keys in front of me. It also helps that if you have mining and herbalism and you're using one of these true site files to make sure that you're seeing camouflaged nodes, you pretty much always have stuff to gather. Like, you're only ever 2 seconds away from your next node, so you can gather things very rapidly. I feel like it's a lot denser than it has been in the past. Which kind of feeds into that you're getting constantly reinforced. Toxic Hobbit, thank you very much for the gift subs. Bothers me when people call it Victoria Island. I have heard that one once or twice. I get it, it's confusing. But yeah, I just don't want anyone to think that I'm like a really cool metropolitan person living in downtown Vancouver, because I'm not. I would die. I go into town in Victoria to go to yoga, and I feel like that's about as metropolitan as I'm ever going to be. And I do it at the crack of dawn so that there's not very many people around. I'm not using roots, no. I'm just kind of improvising. I used to use roots back in BFA when it was more important, especially for getting specific things like the Akunda's Bite. But here it just seems like I can kind of get lots of stuff everywhere. I don't know if I've ever gone in... Like, I just go in a random direction and it seems like there's always going to be nodes. Victoria Island is a massive island in the Arctic Circle. I did not know that. I'm from Alberta. We generally call it the island. Yeah, that's usually what it is here too. Island and mainland. Ooh, that'll be cool. I'm almost there. I need 3 more points. Do I have any more for the week? I do. Oh, yeah. My profession quest is going to give me that. That's awesome. And then what about for mining? Oh, deep grow pet. I find it always takes me longer to get my mining knowledge than my herb knowledge. Just a little longer. How are you so good at pronouncing viewer names? I beg to differ. I don't think I am. Pronunciation has always been a tough spot for me because I don't talk to people, I just read. So if I can't guess it based on the way it looks laid out, then I'm going to come up with something crazy. I'm relatively good at guessing how something is spelled based on... I don't know. I'm relatively good at guessing spelling. Oh, I don't have a pet. But not perfect, obviously, because a lot of things are just crazy. It's K-Slick. KSI1CK. I haven't seen them around in a while. I hope they're doing okay. Banthrilla, thank you very much for the gift subs. What if they just got real, they were just over the bit, it wasn't funny anymore? Victoria's lovely. Went there several times when I lived in Tacoma. It's a pretty city. It has city problems, but all the cities kind of have city problems right now. I don't think we're unique or special in that regard. That bit is eternally funny. Interesting that selling the materials for an item is more profitable than making and selling the items. I hold that there are going to be some people that can make and sell those things profitably. And just because of their gear and their knowledge, or perhaps they're able to get better prices. They may have bought the materials cheaper and they're still able to maintain a profitable turnover even though the material price has since recovered. Because otherwise, like, it's nobody would be making any gold. They would just be sinking gold all the time. I think it's just that it's not possible to make those things profitably without a pretty substantial time and potentially gold investment to get, like, optimized. And then even then, some things will still not always, depending on price fluctuations in the mat, things will still not always be profitable because, you know, people make a ton of stuff and then they'll sell some of it at a loss just to get rid of it, kind of thing. Fluctuates a lot. What node are you focusing on in your tree? In mining or herbing? I should probably head up top and turn in these knowledge point quests, huh? Because I could get, if I can get Null Blossom more often, that seems like it's worth it. Mining, gotcha. I went full into, and I'm not saying I have it right or anything. This is not advice, this is just what I did. I did 60 points in fundamentals so I could mine well mounted, and I got a ton of finesse, and now I'm going into Plethora of Ore to get skill. Once I finish this, I'm probably going into Bismuth. Because there's a decent amount of it, and it's quite valuable. Did not bother specializing into seams or rich deposits. Those seem not rare enough, or not common enough to make it worth it. And then this stuff is a later me problem. I'm gonna go all the way into here, all the way into here, and then I will have some decisions to make. Depends on if people can inch out more prof stats. Even though mat costs are more than the product you can make and save mats to make it profitable. Yeah, exactly. You also, if you're looking at something like alchemy specifically, sometimes there's other factors that aren't immediately obvious even in craft sim, like spillover. Or with enchanting, you would maybe factor in shattering. I haven't been shattering much, but I'm gonna start, and that's the next place I'm gonna be putting my enchanting points in, because you can get even more resourcefulness and multi-craft and ingenuity by shattering before you craft. And those things won't show up on just like a regular craft sim scan. Okay. Vanilla Alley used to have an auction house mod, had histamine graphs. They could auto post all of your items. I mean, we have mods like TSM that lets you post. I think TSM might be what you're thinking of, and that's still around. I don't use it because I'm not posting the same quantity of items I used to be back then, and it's a fairly heavy add-on. Although I guess I don't know what histamines are. I thought they had to do with allergies. I thought they had to do with your body's immune response. I don't know what they mean in terms of data. Am I about to find out that that in price and data analytics and like the stock market, there's autoimmune responses that are tracked with the same words that we use in the medical space? Because that's hilarious. I'm going up top. Oh, history autocorrect. That makes more sense than histamines. I'm pretty gullible though. You can tell me anything. I'll believe it. It's a very poor trait to be in a streamer. Histamine has a Y in it? Does it? Are we sure? No. Confused, but thought it was an interesting reuse of the language. I was totally ready for it to be like to mean something. Alright, we're taking our profession points. And then we're gonna go get our herb points. When I was a kid, I used to think maybe I could be a book editor because I thought all it was correcting spelling mistakes. And I'm like, I'm good at correcting spelling mistakes. But as it turns out, so are computers. They don't need me.
May the Titans carve your path.
Alright. Nice. So now I can put points into... This would give me deafness with lush herbs, not worth. This would give me general perception, also not worth. Not worried about any of the overload stuff. So in Bountiful Harvest, I guess I'm picking my next best herb. Now that we're capped on Mica Bloom, I think I would want to go for the most valuable one, which I want to say is going to be either Orbinate or Lure Drop. Let me see. Lure Drop Silver are 80 gold per. Orbs are... Yeah, Lure Drop for sure. Okay, so let's spec into those next. Where are Lure Drops? There they are. Dun-dun-dun. Perfect. Aerithor Spear? Oh, yeah, you're right. Weird. Oh, well. Too late. At least Aerithor Spear are around. What about Aerithors? It's too late! I put 1 point in. I'm committed for life. Oh, I'm level 79 in this hunter. I'm about to have another 80. I don't want it. I'm not ready. Time to make a new herbalist. Yeah. What is that for? Learn the final sub-spec. Tier 3, it's like 450 gold. Lovely. So, what does this look like? I still need more mining drops, but it looks like my herb drops. I've got a Kej one I could buy if I had 565 Kej, which I do not. It's 10 herb knowledge, but it's herb knowledge, you know? And then that one's Hallowfall Arathi rep. For mining, Kej again, yeah, City of Threads. I'm not that worried about urban mining knowledge that I'm gonna go super far out of my way for it. Vendor squick. Assembly of the Deeps. Oh. Oh! I guess I unlocked that by Assembly of the Deeps rep, so I can get mining knowledge from that too. Yeah, I could send cash through warbands, but I'm kind of... What if I'm saving it for... pets? I think there might be pets that I want. Perhaps. I think that's what I would be holding on to it for. I am going to wrap up in a few minutes, but I want to go pop down to the vendor and see if I can pick up some knowledge, actually. That would be kind of nice. Oh, finally, an irradiated node. I've been looking for one all day. Powered herb. So if Aerithor is so valuable, I'm just going to I'm going to stop looking for lure drops. I'm going to start cloning Aerithor's spear. I, for some reason, thought lure drop was the most expensive one. What is the add-on on your screen? This is Weak Aura. Profession, Knowledge, Weak Aura. Oh, Crystallized Aerithor Spear. I think I can probably clone that, huh? Duplication. Double spears. Haha. Nice, I got 2 gold once. That's like a 1k right there. I think I'm making a lot more gold from gathering than I am on my crafter because I'm too lazy to like actually bulk craft stuff and figure out if it's profitable when taking into account spillover and all these things. So it's easier for me to just pick the flowers and sell the flowers, man. 4 minutes left. You should do the fishing derby again. Yeah, I've been live for 2 hours and 59 minutes. I'm counting down. What if I had it for the end of stream? You know how in Animal Crossing when the store is about to close, for the last like 15 minutes or some amount of time, they play like this soft, gentle music. I don't know the song, I'm just pretending. That it should indicate that the store is closing and that you should leave now. And I could play something like that. Not the exact one because we don't mess with Papa Nintendo, but I could play something of a similar genre to indicate that the stream is winding down for the day. Whack some stones, sell the pebbles, it's all my brain can handle. Craft with max quality stuff with concentration, call it a day. That's what I've been doing for enchanting. I figure as long as I'm not sitting capped on concentration, and whenever I do spend my concentration, I use the recipe scan to make sure I'm making the most profitable thing I could concentrate on. That's usually all I really ask myself for. And it does. It'll do. It works. Whoa. It's so hard to get anywhere because you're like, wait, there's 19 different nodes that I could just get. They're just sitting here for anybody to pick up. No. Come on. You can do it. Heck. Is it worth it for the mica bloom? Hallowfall farm cozy for herbing, everyone planting seeds. It's probably quite efficient as well. I think the only reason I can make excuses to be running around doing this instead is because I also have mining. Brax's to-do list. Also, I think the node despawned. The to-do list says basement stuff, cleaning basic slime, sludges, anything dead or decaying. Gotcha. I'll be excited to, at the end of stream, I'm going to post all of these things that I've gathered in the last, what was it, like 20 minutes? We haven't really been gathering that long. I'll post it all in the auction house, and then we can, I can see how much it's all worth. What our value is. I'd say gold per hour, but gold per 20 minutes or however long it's been, I suppose. I wonder what it's going to take for me to get the knowledge. I wonder what they want. Maybe resonance crystals? Maybe blue acuity? Might be acuity. I'm picking herbs while mounted with my profession specialization. I have 40 points into botany, which lets you gather herbs while mounted. You can do it without that, using a sky golem or lumber extractor mount, These goblin-looking things. I don't like these. Doesn't look very peaceful. So I prefer to have the points because it also gives me finesse as well, I believe. I'm looking for out here. Saw an add-on where you gather something expensive, pops in the middle of the screen. I wonder if that's Loot Appraiser. Loot Appraiser, I bet could do that. It's trash? Yeah, 50 acuity and it gives you 10 mining knowledge. That is very much worth it. Gives you the acuity right back. Yes. Extra bonus 15 skill. And now we're going into bismuth. We're back in bismuth. Surprised I'm not in a guild in this character. Alright, I don't really have an excuse to continue gathering. I should probably go post my stuff. It's just, you know. They're here. There's always a new one right around the corner. Oh, Deep Gaze, hi, thank you very much for the gift subs. I hope you enjoy your pet. And the Lizard, thank you very much for the gift subs as well. Yeah, herbing while mounted without a sky golem is from specialization points. 40 points in the botany herbalism tree. For the person that was with an ad, if they're still here. Alright. I can stop. I can put it down anytime I want. Oh, I can't hearth. It's on cooldown. It won't work. Stone of the Hearth. It's crazy to me that the Stone of the Hearth still has a separate cooldown from the regular Hearthstone. Still. That's bananas. That's nuts. Bismuth business puns are my new favorite thing. Yeah, I probably have a Garrison or dollar on Hearthstone in the toy box. I'm going to see. So all of this is brand new. And I have no auctions, so whatever my total value is when we're done posting all this. This is the one thing that would be for sure faster with TSM, but I don't really mind doing this. It kind of makes me feel the gold as I'm posting the things. And I also get to double check and make sure it looks reasonable. I'm not being scammed by one super cheap item. I feel like today was good. I feel like the knowledge points are actually making a big difference in my kind of gold per hour from gathering. Not that I've ever spent a solid hour, but you know, my gold per 20 minutes. Actually, maybe I did have... this seems like too much for me to have gotten in the last half hour. Did I have some already? Maybe. Doesn't sound like me, though. I don't make any raid guides for Mythic, no. 5 no Lotus. Ho ho ho. That's nice. We like that. Also, I know I buy this stuff all the time, but I'm selling it too. Oh yeah, the Weaver Cloth has recovered some. Cool. So all of those auctions, 17 plus another 7. So we're talking, oh, there we go. 24k gold worth of, that's actually amazing for how much time I spend. I guess I don't remember when I started. Maybe I've been here for hours, but I'm really happy with that. That's great. I only have like 300k gold in total, so that's a decent thing. Gold per true sight vial, yeah. I don't even fish out an entire, or herb out an entire vial. I do like 10 or like half of one at a time. Yeah, mainly enchanting, but gathering has honestly been more profitable for me. Went up so much, I had like 150 in my bank. It's now 170 gold. Nice. Alright, I am finished for today, but tomorrow is my final stream of the week. I can't believe we've already made it through 4 of 5. It's been so fast. I appreciate the company. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.